Yeah, the Opie and Anthony radio show.
Yeah, but you pumped it up a little bit.
At Opie Radio and at Anthony Cumia.
That's how you have to talk now with that at sign.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
What's up, at
They're all
Big
clapping.
Mama Prods?
Big Mama Prods.
They're all clapping, so I guess something could happen.
What happened? We just blew up the moon and we're clapping.
Where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be a moon-shattering kaboom.
I don't know if we should be fucking with the moon. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do we have enough knowledge to be fucking with the moon?
We don't have enough knowledge to fucking make the wheel. We should have just left that alone, too.
These fucking scientists are just trying to prove there's no God. That's all they're doing.
We
they're just
are
trying to
God.
There's a scientific reason for everying.
We're our own God.
As soon as there's an old white man with a thunderbolt that decides to walk in and talk to everybody, we're going to regret it.
But this is what I say to the scientists.
Yeah.
What if God is a scientist?
Wow.
Think about that one when
be.
you're getting drunk tonight. Think about it.
Could be.
I'm thinking about it now.
What do you think?
Okay.
I don't know.
And it shuts up all the scientists.
God's a scientist.
Like Dr. Michio Kaku.
That ghoul.
It crashed into the moon, much like in the movie Speed, where he's got to talk to us like we're retarded people.
Now, what was the one he did? Like
Pinocchio.
The Looking Glass in Alice in Wonderland.
Is this the Asian
Alice
one?
in Wonderland.
We love this fucking guy. Dr. Michio Kaku, what's your thoughts on dying? What happens to the body after you die, the soul?
Well, I believe your spirit leaves your body much as if you watched the Disney cartoon Alice in Wonderland, much like she left her own world to go into the rabbit hole. Your body, right, I get it. What's could you
told us-
explain like fucking
Who's the other one that talks with a piano?
Talks to the piano.
Fucking Hawkins.
Yeah, it's Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking.
Who is smarter than all of them put together, by the way.
Yeah, he just rolls around.
Proving there is a God. God's like, you know what? All right, you escaped me, and you got a lot of knowledge, but I'm going to make it hard as a motherfucker for you to communicate.
He explains
and let everyone know what
space.
you know.
Yeah.
I seen something where he explained space so well that I understood space. It gave me a whole nother concept of what
In that
space is.
in that computer voice?
Dude, no. It was it was on, one of the history channels.
Oh, okay.
But they would not allow him to they would not allow his fucking Charlie Brown piano to be playing the whole show.
I will now explain space. This is what space is. It is a void and a vacuum. That
You're
goes
talking
on
way too
forever.
fast, too, by the way.
It is a void, a vacuum that goes on forever, infinite. But it may have twists and turns through wormholes and black holes.
What? As his head's just laying on fucking like a rotten grapefruit
But he is
on
a
his
fucking
shoulder.
genius. These people better
How's that
leave
happen?
space alone, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're going
I'm
to
with
prove
Patrice.
these dirty Mayans right.
2012,
These
what?
apocalypto motherfuckers.
Fucking, you know something? That's such a load of horse shit. This
Horse
stuff's
shit
been
to the
going
highest
on.
degree of
This
horse shit.
shit's been going on forever.
It's just a new
so many
Y2K,
days.
right?
Yeah, it's a new fucking, oh God, Stephen Hawking's face. It's just melting. I am smart.
Universe. It would be a great triumph of human reason, but it wouldn't leave much for us to do.
Look at his eyes move.
We need an intellectual challenge.
This is a yes or no. It would be
Thank
the
God.
greatest
He goes right to the
achievement of
yes or no.
science since
Charlie Rose
Einstein's
can't take it
theory
no
of
more?
relativity.
Yes.
Thinking about this universe that you think about, what worries you the most about the future of the universe?
Oh, tree Jesus.
I'm not worried about the future of the universe. The universe will continue whatever happens.
Yes.
But the future of the human race and of life on Earth is much less certain.
Oh, you
We are
alien.
in danger of destroying ourselves by our greed and stupidity.
Nice.
You have said that humanity's ultimate survival then depends on colonizing the solar system.
It has taken about 4 billion years for life on Earth to develop to the present stage. During that period, the main threat has been from collisions with comets every few million years. But now the man-made dangers to our survival are much greater and ever increasing.
Is he dead?
If we remain confined to planet Earth, sooner or later we will destroy ourselves.
Here's the next question you should ask.
Yeah.
Who's the next smartest guy than you, sir?
Yeah.
And he names his name, and I go, I'm going to interview that motherfucker if he's not in a wheelchair and speaking with a fucking accordion. I don't want to talk to you.
But this is on YouTube. The guy is not even moving at all.
No.
So how is he answering that?
How the fuck is he doing that?
Is that some editing where Charlie
He's
Rose
fucking
asks a
genius.
question and then they wait an hour for him to, like, blink out his answer?
What does he use to actually fucking make it?
His fingers. His
fingers
his
ain't
trumpet.
moving.
Yes, it is moving.
No, he's got one eyelid that works. That's about it.
And
at
that's
this point.
it's connected to his fucking voice box. That nigga, he invented the universe, man. That's God talking through him.
You know what? He's bitching about like how mankind is going to do this and that and destroy itself. If it wasn't for fucking mankind's technology, you'd be like burnt at the stake for being some kind of fucking useless.
He didn't say that. Doesn't mean.
Why you going after Stephen Hawking?
Why do you have to be appreciative?
Oh, wait a minute. She's in a little skirt. I'm going to have to call that back.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, no.
Good for you.
Ship sailed.
Just stop it. I heard a little bit of that. You're tired of beating your balls to death at of the memories. You're tired of it smashing.
You're saying he needs a new memory?
Yeah.
I was just looking.
I
going
told
like,
you I was over there. It's very lonely after a while. Sometimes you just that big
You can only
beautiful
party
place
so much,
and
right?
then you just want a bitch around that's just into you.
Just looking like, like the hair isn't like fakey blondie thing. The little short skirt today. Just saying.
Yeah,
Too bad.
she's quietly listening to you from before.
Yeah.
And she's saying, Anthony,
She's putting out
I think
signs
you're
to
right.
you.
Oh, you think it's signals?
Oh, yeah.
Is
You guys
the
are
TV
communicating.
talking to me?
Oh, yeah.
Should I put foil on my head?
You getting that little thing where you go, ooh, where you thought of a good night and just went, ooh. And you're trying to recreate it with one of these fucking retarded little girls who jerks you off with two fingers as she closes one eye and looks to the side. She's jerking you off how Stephen Hawkins looks. She's like, I'm jerking you off. Are you almost there yet?
Do you need a hand up?
Oh, my God.
When will you come? Please clean up.
When you had a nice little trooper that probably just took it all as you gave it.
Nah.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
I'm just
He's
looking.
pining away a
going,
little bit.
Look at
No,
him.
no,
Little
no.
bit.
There's no pining. I'm just looking, going
bit.
like, it looks better than before.
Yeah, but she don't.
It looks better.
She looks exactly the same.
No, I think the hair looks better.
He's just missing what it was.
Nope, I'll give compliments where compliments are due. The hair looks better natural, like that. Mm-hmm. And the short skirt thing there on today's outfit wasn't too bad. Not too
That's all
shabby.
you're saying,
Looking pretty
right?
good.
But to be honest,
All.
it never was
Nothing
too bad.
further.
Before, listen to what you're saying now.
No, I'm not saying,
You're saying hey, she's looking pretty. But imagine
saying.
before you got a piece of that, you was like, ooh, it was certain person's name television.
Oh, of course.
Ooh, ah.
Yeah.
Now you're looking like, wow.
And then you kind of just go,
And you have what they have, reference points. You have a
reference point.
You have a jerk file that you can go through.
What's wrong with a jerk file?
Oh, the jerk file. I go back to
lonely nights.
96. I have a jerk file. I have a jerk file back to 96. Man.
How far do you go back? You really to 96?
96.
Let me think about this.
96. I have a jerk file, man.
No, I got some 80s.
You got a jerk file from the 80s?
I got a few 80s.
Wow, let me think.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
I got some 80s in my jerk file.
What did she do? Suck your asshole? Who the fuck has a jerk file from the fucking 80s?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Is that her right there?
Huh? No. That's a flat so. What's wrong with you, Patrice?
No.
What, you trying to say all white girls look alike?
A lot of
How
times.
dare you?
A lot of
How
times.
dare you as a
You
black
know what
man say that?
white girls have physically that bothers me? They all have this
Jobs?
not sure. That doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Any well-respected black man, that makes me any bitch that can up my credit, nigga. They have this thing on their stomach where it looks like bone, but it's it looked like a tire, but it's bone. It's not soft. It's hard looking.
Oh, it's like where the ribs end?
Yeah, like a hippie.
Where the rib cage ends?
Yeah, like a hippie weird.
What, you talking about the hip bones?
Oh, because it's
Yeah,
not
but
covered
it's-
up with fucking, like,
What are you
fucking
talking about? The hip
booty
bones could
fat
be
that
really
came around
this,
from the
all,
ass.
all white women have that thing where it looks like, and it hangs over where the ass supposed to be. It's just like a fat, hard thing, like a growth. And
really
they
don't
don't
Are you
have it.
talking about in the front?
A little
On the
pouch?
Or the
side.
sides?
Yeah, the side is like a.
Oh, that's just because their genes are
It's like a
tight, so
deformity.
you
No,
got
it's a
little,
white
like-
girl deformity. They
No,
all
it's
have
called
them.
the pelvis bone, which is covered up by
I know what
booty
a,
meat
I know
on
what a
black girls.
I know what a pelvic bone
Booty
is.
meat goes around like from the
Booty meat
ass
covers everything up.
all the way to down the thighs
It's
and shit.
it's a strange looking thing. The white
Booty
girls got
meat.
it's a weird disease. It's a
yeah, a weird disease.
It's pelvic bonia. It's something wrong with him. It's that's what you know.
Shit.
I'm not gonna sit here and say they all have flat asses. Is white girls have done something to where they got asses now. They have nice asses. That used to be the knock on them growing up in the
Yeah,
black
yeah.
communities, that they got flat asses. But they
A black girl without an ass is just fucking like
That's so rare.
thrown
though.
to the
Who are you
wayside.
kidding?
Oh, there she is.
that's like you take the
Huh?
You know what, dude?
She looks a lot different.
I just think it's better with the darker hair.
And she's talking to Mark Dumb DeCostas. Look at that motherfucker.
Who's that one? Who's the other girl?
And now she's been upgraded to talking.
Oh yeah, no, she's the star of Channel 11.
She's been upgraded to talking.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ratings up, I think. They got a little short skirt on her and shit.
Do you miss
What's
that?
going on? No, it's not a miss thing.
Do you miss it
It's
sliding
just-
in?
It's just, no, it's not a miss thing at all.
No, you don't miss it at all.
No, because like the way things ended is too.
It's just too
like
weird.
Nuclear explosion.
Yeah, okay.
It was nuclear.
So when you think
explosion.
back and you get that little ooh feeling,
No, I don't think back. I can't remember any of the ooh feeling because the ending was so, it's like Hiroshima.
so the sex wasn't like,
like Hiroshima
memorable?
doesn't remember anything else about World War II
Except for human shit.
the bomb going
That's
off.
very fair. That's an understandable point. So the sex wasn't like, damn.
No,
Oh, come on, it had to be good, man.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
So what was the big thing you missed that you can't get from these teenagers?
Nah, there's nothing I can't get with a roofie. Fucking. No,
A roofie and
Very-
a gun closet.
everybody's accommodating. Everybody's
Roofie and a
been
gun to your head.
very
Yeah.
accommodating and
You know
nice.
what this is? This is called the Desert Eagle, sweetie.
You know-
Watch what this does to a model of your head made out of a cantaloupe.
Yeah, check out my video.
Now, do we understand each other?
Do you understand without me having to say anything? That,
Wait a minute. And this is when he has her hemmed up and she's like, the cops come and she's like, phew, I feel better now. And the cops come to the door and go, hey, Aunt, how are you?
Hey,
Kidnapped another one?
oh Jesus!
And you got your Henry Lee Lucas t-shirt on as your fucking, as you show her the Desert Eagle bullet. You don't even use the fucking gun. You just
shove
have
it around.
a peach and you shove the bullet right into the peach.
You just
and you go,
gotta-
look
yeah.
at what it does. It
Just
goes
gotta
right
shove
through
it
that
around.
seed.
Exactly.
It's just like
Uh-oh.
Hey, were you in Albany recently?
yes.
Fucking people saying you killed up there. Just want
Dude,
to make sure you get your.
I'm
your
a professional.
compliments out
Thank
there.
you, Albany. It was a blow to the ego.
Why?
And nobody really showed up in Albany.
Dude,
it was a rough one.
People don't have money right now.
Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying it was a rough.
I'm trying to help you out.
I'm not saying that they're fuck them. I enjoyed the people that were there.
I don't think it has anything to do with you, is what I'm saying.
I'm
People
saying
are,
I was
are
in, I
cutting
was in
back
like
right now.
I was in Saratoga.
That's supposed to be really nice.
Saratoga and Albany. Please.
Were you up there for the horse racing?
No, it
August
wasn't the
is
season.
horse racing month, right?
It wasn't the season yet. I think it was off. The season was off.
Okay.
But I got to drink Saratoga Springs water.
How is that?
It's
Horse
water.
shit. Fucking a bunch of horse shit.
It's all horse
That's
shit.
evil.
What, they brag about their water up there?
That's their big thing is water. And
what do you
the
get
horse
from their
racing,
water that you don't get from New York City water?
A conversation that no one cares about.
They just discuss their water.
Which is why I say life is for people say life ain't fair.
Yeah.
I go life is very fair.
Yeah.
We all have water to drink. We came in with water to drink. God gave us water, air, food.
Yeah.
But at some point, someone said, I'm going to sell water.
And we bought in.
And if you can't
How did we
afford
buy
it,
in?
Africa, Thailand.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. People aren't fair. Life is very fair. People are terrible. To sell water.
How did we buy into the water scam?
Ronnie,
I don't get it. As you drink out of a water bottle, by the way.
Ronnie Bennington brought up a great point. He goes, who would have thought, like, 20 fucking years ago or so, that we'd be getting free long-distance phone calls and paying for water?
That's amazing.
That's something you never would have thought would ever happen. Free long-distance calls, and you're paying for your water all the time.
And the fear. How many people drink out of a fountain?
Dude, when was the last time you fucking filled up a glass from your faucet?
I did. I fucking don't buy bottled water. Let me tell you something. I told you my refrigerator broke, the water part, which I was so proud of. Like, when you grow up poor, there's some things you go... Every time I get a glass of water out of my refrigerator, I just feel...
Yeah,
I feel like I made it.
When you push the glass,
solid,
you push the glass in there, and
just a glass of water, and that ice thing works.
I still fill up through the refrigerator.
I fucking love the refrigerator.
New York City has some of the best water in the
delicious.
country.
It's fucking delicious.
I'm talking out of the refrigerator is one thing. Out of the faucet, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Old school, you just take a glass.
Yep.
Really? Haven't done that in... I don't know how long.
Why? Because you listen to people.
I got bottled water all in my refrigerator.
But why? Because you seem better than that to just listen to people tell you to drink.
Yeah, because
water.
Anthony,
it's
when you were
fucking convenient as hell to grab a bottle and I'm out the door.
It's less convenient to turn your faucet on.
Yeah, it's right.
Are you
there.
fucking joking
What am I gonna do? I leave in the morning for work. I like ice cold water for my drive into work. So what am I going to do? Fill up a glass and put it in my console?
That's what you used to do.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of things.
Now you take this shitty water, which, by the way, the best bottled water are the ones, if you look closely, purified.
Oh, just purified water.
Just Brita in a bottle. They just decided to bottle tap water that they but Dannon and Poland Springs sicken me.
I don't care. You know what the thing is? Here's my deal. It's not even the water itself.
Okay.
If somebody filled up bottles from the tap and put them in the refrigerator,
you drink that.
I would think that was the best fucking thing. What? It's the convenience of the bottle.
Why don't you just have a big cup with one of those coffee things with a little sip thing in there?
No, it's gotta be a
put
bottle.
it on there.
I can't throw those at fucking cabbies when they cut me off and then stop in traffic.
You're adding to the destruction of the planet, Anthony.
And wing that fucking bottle out the window.
We gotta live. We gotta live. What about your niece?
What's a bottle
What about the world for your niece?
They'll figure something out. We did.
You don't care.
We figured shit out.
You don't care about the people coming up.
You ever see the last Die Hard?
Yeah.
The last one?
The last new one.
The new one.
Yeah.
Very good point that the kid goes, let somebody else do it. And he says, kid, you think there's somebody else? There's no one else.
No.
We got to do it.
No, we don't.
There's nobody else.
Necessity gets things done. We don't have to do anything right now as far as the environment goes because I go outside, I'm not burning up. I'm not freezing cold. It's not 80 below when we go outside, and it's not fucking 120 degrees in the summer. But no, here it is.
But you're making the weather out to be... See, here's what we do wrong. We give everything human traits. This is where we fuck up. We give the weather human traits. Like, hey, I'm outside. The weather, you can walk outside, and then the world can decide to eat you.
Yeah.
Soon as you walk outside.
Exactly.
As soon as you walk outside, there could be some type of weird hailstorm, and the hail will kill you. So we give everything these traits like, hey, it's just today or tomorrow. That shit can just happen this second. So you got to be aware of it this second.
Let me give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. We live our lives on this planet as human beings, and we advance, we use our technology, we do this. Sometimes it fucks shit up, and then then the next generation can fix it. We're very adaptable human beings. So then they fix shit. Here's a prime example.
Where are all cell phones at right now?
Where the fuck are all those things?
Exactly.
They're in people's drawers.
He don't give a fuck. You know where they're at? They're in China.
Drawers.
And they got some children out
and
there.
a big dump.
And they're picking out what's good for those phones. And the rest are just in a hole in China.
Oh, well.
Why China?
Who else does anything?
China.
We can't bury him here in America.
You're not going to let me make my fucking point.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You're not going to let me make my point on a prime example of what happened in the past that proves my fucking point.
Okay, go ahead.
We farmed the Midwest to the point where we completely obliterated the topsoil.
Okay.
It was called the Dust Bowl.
Okay.
The entire middle of the fucking country turned into dust.
Okay.
And the wind blew and people fucking were dying. They left the Midwest. We could not farm the Midwest anymore. Do you think the people that did that fixed it? No. Over time, people realized, you know what we got to do? Crop rotation, proper irrigation. We have to do, and people figured out how to farm the Midwest without fucking it up.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
They invented a company called Monsanto.
Monsanto.
Yes. That create what they call genetic modified shit.
They've done that too, but they had to learn how to rotate crops and irrigate and bring water from other areas. They fixed the problem.
They didn't fix it. They took one thing.
You look at the fucking fly over the Midwest. You look down. What do you see? Farms.
You ever see
round farms?
I'm sure you've seen The Matrix. Of course.
I love The Matrix.
The fucking, what is the guy's name? Agent
Smith.
Who's just like
Mr. Anderson.
The explanation of people. The explanation of what we are. We go someplace and we multiply.
You even help your landlady take out her garbage.
We're the worst. We take it, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's such a great thing. I got to go home and get it. But we take everything. We go to someplace.
Yeah.
We multiply. We take from that. Every other thing is at harmony with their environment. Mm-hmm. We fuck until there's so many of us that we have to move on to take and fuck and destroy the next thing.
Things compensate.
We're viruses. When you come and you take water, irrigation means you take something and you put it somewhere else.
We reroute it.
Then the other thing is fucked up now. We're not harmonious.
We didn't need that other thing.
We're destructive.
The other thing, getting water, wasn't as important as putting water
an African
where we can putting water.
Fucking asshole.
We figured it out.
Fucking kid somewhere.
That's why the Midwest doesn't have a little fucking naked kid sitting there with flies running around his head.
There's a pipe running from Guatemala to fucking Idaho somewhere.
If fucking Zimbabwe would figure out how to get some water, perhaps
Zimbabwe.
Let Zimbabwe figure out how to pipe some water in, and perhaps there wouldn't be a little kid with flies on his head.
You can't be like this,
man. No, I'm like this.
You're not going to change him. Give up on him.
It comes
Talk
from
to
the
others.
Colorado River. First of all, the Colorado River feeds Los Angeles. There would not be a Los Angeles if we didn't figure out how to take water from the Colorado River and pipe that shit right in. There would be a desert where Los Angeles is right now. But we figured out how to pipe that shit in. We know how to do things. From the Colorado River. Colorado River.
What about the Colorado River now?
It's down to Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon's done. It don't need the water anymore.
Yeah, if it keeps digging, it's going to split the earth in half.
It's so awful.
It's going to stop.
Thinking is so bad, Anthony. It's so wrong.
No, it's fantastic that we can do this stuff. What's so wrong about it? We're just another life on here, on this planet, but we figured out how to change things into metal and fucking, we take dirt, rocks, air, wood, and fucking mix them all together and make flying machines.
Make
We're
things
amazing.
That aren't harmonious with the earth.
Why does it have to be?
Because we live here.
Why does it have to be harmonious?
It does.
If the earth decides we don't, if the earth fucking decides we shouldn't be here anymore,
we
believe me, we won't be here.
Why are we the only animals on earth, right?
Yeah.
That kill, but it's called murder.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we kill without harmony. We don't kill for reasons. We the only motherfuckers that do shit frivolously because we feel like it. We don't do it because we have to. We don't do it for the right things. That doesn't have anything to do with doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing.
Your right thing and wrong thing is based on what? This fucking morality that we have?
Conjecture. It's just based on feeling. Having a fucking feeling.
This morality that's been fucking... What feeling?
It's just based on having humanity.
But we don't.
And I hate having humanity.
We don't jump out and grab like another fucking guy by the throat with your teeth and shake him.
We're blowing up the moon. What the fuck? for? Do you understand?
Yeah, what did the moon do to us?
Why are we doing this?
We're seeing if there's water there.
For what reason?
Because
so we could go up there and destroy that.
If there's a future where we decide to go there and build a moon base,
because what, Anthony?
Because we can't live on Earth anymore.
Exactly.
Because we destroyed it.
Why the fuck do we need to think about leaving Earth?
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Because I'll tell you.
Why are we
why.
going to Mars? Why are we going to Jupiter?
We have to colonize all these places as human beings.
Because there could be possible resources to use there.
To destroy. You know what we
Earth.
are? We're the Independence Day aliens without spaceships.
Fucking Patrice.
We're the worst.
Simplifies everything.
All we do is take until there's nothing left. And there's only a few people that know that there's not a lot. Let me tell you, man, this is, again, to not divulge or digress.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Right now, this is at the top of the conspiracy theory ladder. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's people are having tough times thinking. I read an article that said, "How do we stop global warming?" It's in England, and whoever the Surgeon General person over there, she says, by using condoms, right, to stop having people be around. Mm-hmm. We're at the point that we're sucking up the world dry so much that the plans is to kill people that don't need to live.
Yeah.
Because there's too many of us, and all we do is take, that we have to now go, okay, we're not thinking about stop taking, we're thinking about killing people and making them take fucking vaccinations and shit. So, and a doctor was telling my woman, she went to the doctor, and the doctor there said, the fucking H1N1 flu shot, can't get it if you're an old person. Can't get it if you're in your 60s or 60s.
I think that's crazy because they're some of the first people that get it because the elderly and children.
They don't get it.
Yeah, I read that too.
The fucking elderly have to die from this shitty whatever they're gonna do.
The Earth itself. Let me explain. The Earth itself takes care of things like overpopulation. It fucking just naturally takes care of it. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Fucking there are some places on Earth where the populace cannot sustain themselves. There is starvation. There is horrible living conditions. And bingo, it is the fucking petri dish of disease that then kills a lot of people to keep them in check, so there isn't more people starving.
This
and
is shocking that you're saying this.
But that's what nature does.
That's not natural.
This is
people not
plagues aren't fucking natural.
Let me ask you a question.
A plague that comes up and kills fucking millions of people.
Let me ask you.
Thins the herd.
If water just stopped pumping to your house, and something happened where your car stopped, you couldn't get to anywhere. There was no stores within 10 miles.
Oh boy.
No water.
Yeah.
No gas. No nothing. Okay? How the fuck would you stop yourself from being some shitty third world person? What would you do? What do you know how to do to keep yourself alive if the conditions aren't, if some dictator decided that I'm going to fucking just murder people and people are going to live in shitty conditions, what the fuck would you do? I personally am a pretty good survivalist. But I'll tell you something. This nation would be fucked. We're a bunch of spoiled motherfuckers. I can't see this nation marching somewhere as refugees. We just would look silly in fucking designer shoes and everything else. That's close to being kind of what we're doing, man. You see how much they're saying the dollar's going down. What the fuck if Obama, of course we hate to have it happen and be the black dictator African guy, but if that's going to happen, if that happens and it's like, well, this is what's going to be, or genocide, or FEMA camps, by the way, where they just put people where the president can lock you up and not have a reason to lock you up and keep you there. All that shit we learn on CSI just doesn't exist no more. They just say the law is just like, shut the fuck up. This is what's going to happen to you. Look at what happened to fucking, Katrina. Yeah. These motherfuckers, we're not third world, but it became third world real fucking fast. That was a clusterfuck. Yeah, that was a clusterfuck. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, why isn't, you saying it's God over there, but it's a clusterfuck here? Who made the fucking hurricane? No one made Katrina. To fucking, we were responsible for that? But that's what I'm saying. That's all it takes. It takes. I'm agreeing with you. The Sahara Desert, all it takes is at some point 10 million years ago, it used to be a lot of shit and a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And at some point, it ain't no more rain.
You don't think
and
that's natural?
But that's not so that you die.
Maybe it is. Maybe that's nature.
Fair enough. I can't argue it is.
A check and balance.
It's hard to argue maybe it is.
You can't argue that.
It's impossible to argue maybe it
and
is.
balance. It's a check and balance. For how
It's hard to
much
argue.
we fuck.
Why not?
For how much we fuck
argue
the
why
earth. For how much we supposedly fuck the earth fucks us right back with volcanoes, tsunamis, earthquakes, tornadoes, thunder and lightning, fucking hurricanes, floods. We're constantly, hundreds of millions of people are getting killed by this planet. The planet kills people. The planet kills.
But is that selective?
No, it's random.
It's just random.
It's random, but
Random shit.
But it keeps things in check. It keeps, the population. We'll fucking tsunami 250,000 people off the face of the earth over here in Southeast Asia. Fuck it.
But what kills me is why can't we? There's enough. This is what gets me.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough for everybody. There's enough shit for everybody to have a goddamn home. No. There's enough shit for everybody to have
Not
a
in the
goddamn
world.
hamburger.
You're thinking
there's just
America.
Enough.
You're thinking too
in
American.
In the world, there's just enough shit.
There are places in this earth, and I'm talking about...
Name a place where someone hasn't been living for 50 million years or whatever.
I'm talking a place like Sub-Saharan Africa.
People live there.
Sub-Saharan Africa is an awful place.
But people live there.
They don't live there. They fucking exist there.
But
living is inventing.
In a big house.
No, I'm talking fucking tribal shit that's still going on. People hacking each other apart with machetes. Why is that still happening? In this year, in this fucking day and age.
That's why I always that point is something I thought about too, which is like black people always trying to like kind of find Africa, and I go, Africa gave us the worst things about us.
Horrible.
Black on black crime is from Africa.
It's horrible.
It's like the idea that I would chop another nigga up
with a machete
came right from Africa, man.
Absolutely. It's just a horrid place. I can't understand.
I really hate to agree with a white guy. Africa stinks.
I mean,
not interested in Africa at all. But still, the humanity of it, though. There's children. There's a lot of humanity that we lack. And I'm just saying, look, and I'm not just talking about philanthropy. I'm talking about like a company like Procter & Gamble, dude, that just has its fingers on. If I hated Procter & Gamble, you know what? I'll be third world. If I boycotted Procter & Gamble, I'd be like, hold the fuck up.
Yeah, I need that shit.
I'll stink. I'll starve.
Yeah.
My house will be full of vermin. It's one of those companies like, you could do the right thing. You have enough. We have enough. Okay, people talk about communism and socialism.
Yeah.
These ideas, there's nothing wrong with them. It's the people who get their hands on these ideas. The idea of communism where everybody's doing
very
okay.
Idealistic.
The idea of that is beautiful, but the people who execute it are terrible.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Let's give me a break. Everybody should be... Danny had a sandwich over here. You had your oatmeal. Why the fuck is there an oatmeal shortage? Why the fuck can't we all have some oatmeal? I know this sounds crazy, but what the fuck? Why are there people fucked up
without oatmeal? There's people starving.
That seems like an easy one to give everybody. Just give the world oatmeal.
Over here at PAX eat oatmeal on purpose. They go in, let me get and there's tons of oatmeal. Tons of it.
Right.
An African really would appreciate
a little oatmeal.
A little oatmeal with some butter in it.
So let's spread the oatmeal.
I know I sound like we are the world, but it's just, come on, man.
Logistics, huge problem. And you're right, people fuck it up. And we do send a lot of aid over there as far as food goes.
No, we don't
resources.
send a lot of aid. We pay dictators. This is what we do.
But those
we pay dictators for their land to kill somebody. They go, look. Henry Kissinger is a motherfucker.
We are not fucking.
Here's $30 million, Ugamba. John Ugamba. I love their first name is always Harold and then their last name. Harold Binbikwe. Here you go, dude. Here's what we need you to do. We're going to help you overthrow this pussy-ass motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Okay? We're going to help you kill him because he loves the people. This is why they want, who's the dude in
that real badass motherfucker.
Not Lula, but who's the motherfucker in Argentina? Come on.
Oh, fucking...
that they all hate.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Anyway, they hate him because he loves Chavez.
Of course.
He loves his people. We don't need people around that love their people. We need people that go hit. This is why they hate Chavez. Hey, nigga, here's $1 billion good old U.S. dollars. Give us all your oil. All right? This is what we're going to do. We're going to loan it to you. We want you to default on the loan. Okay? And at the same time, we need you to kill a whole bunch of your motherfucking people. Then here's what you do. You keep our money. The loan default, we own your land now. We get your resources. And you kill a bunch of your goofy-ass people for me. How's that sound? And these goofy motherfuckers in Africa, yes. Chavez is like, no. That's why they hate that motherfucker. You don't never hear him hating motherfuckers who kill. Idi Amin never had. They did a movie about him. He was wonderful. Forrest Whitaker was wonderful. That nigga killed 400,000 people, chopped them up. Because he makes deals.
Yes.
They make deals. And I'm saying at the end of the day, these motherfuckers go in and they don't give aid. They're not saying help your people. They're saying, Mr. Dictator, do this for us. You get this money. And when shit go down, we're going to give you a nice jet plane over to a nice third world tropical country that's really not third world. That's what we do. We're not helping the fucking planet.
No, look, what about the countries that don't even have a set-up government that have been in civil war with each other in Africa for years? You're talking fucking civil war. Zimbabwe is a good example. Fucking the Congo, whatever it's called now.
They have leaders?
No, they're warlords.
Yes, dictators.
They're warlords.
Horrible motherfuckers.
And they're not even defined borders anymore. They're territories, and the people are fucking starving and dying. And whenever we bring aid in, it's taken by the warlords and then sold on their black market.
When we bring aid, this is what I'm saying. When the American government, our soldiers,
I mean European,
anybody in a developed country, soldiers come in and give these people food. Motherfuckers just go, we drop it off at FedEx.
Yeah.
Take care of the food, enjoy, and they know a warlord's coming to take the food.
Oh,
it's horse
well,
shit.
Sorry, wait. We tried in one country to actually make sure the food gets to the people, sent troops over there to make sure that the warlords didn't take the food. It was called fucking Somalia. That's the only reason we were there. We weren't there to fucking do anything but help the people get their fucking food from the warlords and get that warlord out of there to fucking so the people would actually get food. We got fucked so bad, we turned tail and ran our asses out of there.
So why don't we? If
Somalia's still a fucking mess.
And now you just made something that makes a lot of sense to me. Why don't we? And this goes to what we're doing now. This is what I mean. All the shit we do. That we're just being told, because really, me and you are having a conversation based on what we feel, not what we know.
Yeah, that's true.
And at the end of the day,
it's a little bit of what we know.
At the end of the day, Afghanistan, I don't know, we're there to try to protect the world from something.
Yeah.
But if you said we're there delivering food to the people, and we have 50,000 troops over there in Somalia delivering food to people, and we're fighting warlords so that we can feed the people, that's a hell of a reason to fight a war. But we don't fight wars over that. I don't know why we're in Afghanistan, and I still don't know why Iraq. Yeah. What the fuck is that now?
Iraq is
that's what I'm saying.
Something completely different.
So this is what I mean. This is something. It's just something's fucked up.
But Clinton did send troops to Somalia so that they could feed the people. That's what they were there for.
Black Hawk Down niggas.
That was
6
the fucking
motherfuckers
thing.
with knives. You got more rockets.
Exactly. That's the fucking thing. It's always underpowered because he didn't want it to look like we were doing this overwhelming display of force. When in the meantime, we should have had an overwhelming display of force over there. But
that's a reason to send troops.
It becomes very political, and that's what's happening in Afghanistan right now. We're there because the Taliban sets up al-Qaeda training camps. And this isn't conspiracy. This is what's been done. They set up al-Qaeda training camps.
Saying.
No, this is what happened. When we went in there and killed off the Taliban right after 9/11,
and then
they were in charge of the motherfucker.
What are they, the Boy Scouts? They just came back together?
Yeah.
When did the Taliban, with us there, get more powerful than when we weren't there?
I don't want to say why. I don't want to say why, but I might say there's a weaker fucking president in the White House right now.
Shit.
There's a weaker president. I might say that interrogation tactics have been taken and
I'm taking the rest of the morning off.
And the CIA and FBI now have to worry if they're going to be convicted if they smack a guy around to get some information out of him. What? No. Oh, like that doesn't have some effect on how a war is fucking fought. When Obama's got to sit and accept his Nobel Peace Prize while a commander is sitting there going, I need more fucking guys. And he goes, I'm thinking about it. Don't think about it. Give your commander what he needs to fight a fucking war.
What are they fighting?
The Taliban. They're fighting that whether this... Look, I'm not saying this is good, bad, and different. I don't know whether this will work, whether it's good or not.
Right.
But if you're going to commit to a war, commit to a war. If you're not, get the fuck out.
Right.
One or the other. If your commander is telling you, you want me to fight this war? I need this. You give him this. He knows better than you do.
But it's hard to fight a war when you're fighting a concept. See, that's what we're not fighting a people. This is what I'm saying. The Taliban is not a fucking force. Terrorism is like saying we're going to fight ugly.
They were I'm going to
fight fat.
They were pretty much the government of Afghanistan, the Taliban.
Right.
They ran fucking shit there. There were beheadings in the soccer stadiums, all that shit.
And they used to go, hey, and they used to be dealt with as the government.
Right.
Now they're dealt with as an army force.
Right.
That aren't this is what I'm saying. You need more soldiers to do what?
But we you know what it is? We don't have an answer for that, which is fucked up. There isn't an answer to...
But we have a solution for something that we don't even have a question to that don't have an answer, but we have the solution, more motherfuckers.
I'll agree with you. No, if you're going to fight something, you need more motherfuckers or you need to get out.
And why can't... Here's the thing. And again, I'm politically, man, I'm not going... Obama's the greatest, and he's a president. He's the GM of this country.
Right.
It's not going to change. The next motherfucker, whoever that is, I think it's going to be the young
young Republican.
That young white boy. He's the only what is his name? The preacher. Come on, man.
Oh,
come on. Good looking guy, preacher from Houston. They're trying to get. Oh, come on, man.
We'll get it in a second.
Damn. Anyway,
I'm lost.
So he'll take Obama's place, but it's not like this is Obamaville that we live in. This is what kills me. This is not Obama town. It's not like after he's finished, the next guy's going to have to repaint the United States back to the color it was. But he's running this shitty country. And he's doing, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's doing what presidents do. It's not like after Bush, and I'm not even blaming Bush because it's like, well, Bush did this. Bush did what presidents do.
But he fucked up severe, too, with Iraq. Complete fuck up. That Iraq debacle, complete fuck up.
There was no debacle. It was a bunch of shitty motherfuckers who wanted to rob people. They went in they needed a reason to go into Iraq, and they went there. And not to go that far back, but the Obama thing, why wouldn't it be smart to have a president, right? And this is what they need him for, by the way, a president that's not an old white man. Okay. Now, if you send me the third, if me and you, all of us are going discussing things like, hey, you know what? We need to start going to make friends with some of these motherfucking brown people. Okay. Joel Osteen is his name. By the way, that's the next president. That's the motherfucker that's going.
Osteen.
Joel Osteen. Watch.
Interesting. Okay.
So if we've had bad relationships and we're trying to change this idea because the world is becoming the world. It used to be the United States of America, very inclusive, very xenophobic. Yeah. Fuck the rest of the planet. Now everything's outsourced. We got to deal with a billion Indians, a billion Africans, a billion Spanish. We got to deal with that.
We also flew in and saved the shit out of a lot of situations back in the day.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it was righteous, but at the end of the day, look, if we're going to make apologies to countries that have other than white people in it, we have to have an other than white guy going around making these apologies.
Well, this is
a government plan. Obama can't do shit. It's like, look, America is Burger King or McDonald's, dude. The GM of a fucking McDonald's can't just do anything he wants. The president cannot do anything he fucking wants to.
I think you're cutting him a little too short as far as what he can or can't do.
You think there's a bunch of people, he's like, this nigga sitting there, first of all, he said, fuck the Cambridge police, right? They said, fuck you back. He had these niggas over there for a cup of tea. So that tells you what the fuck this country thinks of the black president, that the HNIC has to apologize to a fucking racist cop?
Racist cop. He just went there to fucking check out.
Listen, let's not even get into that because, again, racism's just like Bigfoot. I know, we think it exists.
Yeah, perish the thought a cop shows up with a fucking burglary call. Oh, that son of a bitch racist. Wow, he actually got a call that a burglary is in progress. He shows up. There's some guy at the fucking house.
You know what? You win.
Starts mouthing off to him.
Tell you
what a prick.
I'm going to tell you something. You win that conversation because it's hard to know. See, as a black man, I would want somebody to check on my house if somebody was coming.
Yeah,
as a guy that owns the house, I want somebody the police to come and check me, and I go, hey, yeah, thanks, man, for coming.
Fucking lippy to the cop when he's trying to figure this shit out.
At the end of the day, it's so hard for me to go, you're racist, without you going, yes, I am. So you can do shit to me, and I'm black. Like, you shoot a motherfucker 51 times, and he's black. You go, that's racist. But you go, nah. I shoot a white guy 51 times, too. Like, it's hard to have that fucking conversation. So at the end of the day, look, Obama cannot make he can't just go, hey, everybody, suck my dick. I'm going to Poland. Like, you can't do that.
Well, I don't think
it doesn't exist.
I agree with you, Patrice.
I'd agree with the suck my dick part.
The president just doesn't have that type of power anymore.
Thank you. I really believe that, He's an image. He's a worldwide tool for America to start being friendly with people who ain't white.
You're saying that Obama's like a Dave Thomas.
What's that?
He's just kind of out there.
Dude. If I'm an African prime minister,
Dave Thomas of Wendy's,
if I'm Asian, even though Asians don't like us that much, but people hate old white men. You're the image, that Uncle Sam image with and the dead white guys on the dollar. People are being fed up with white people around the globe. They are.
Oh, the poor old white people that invented a lot of shit and fucking like built up civilizations. Fucking engineered some of the greatest fucking thing. What do you think the Roman Empire?
Civilization started in 1619?
No, I'm talking about wonderful things like the Roman fucking Empire
that crumbled.
Yeah, I'm not saying things last forever, but the technology that came out of that.
Out of what? Toilets? They didn't do shit.
While sub-Saharan Africa was fucking exactly the same as it is right now. How about inventing a wheel? For fuck's sake, a wheel! Christ on a pony, a wheel.
Jesus.
Fuck. Yeah, I do bringing aqueducts. They were bringing fucking water 1,000 miles so they could have running fucking baths and fuck each other in the ass.
I'm just sweating.
Vomitoriums.
I'm sweating because
it's actually hot in here.
It is? Okay.
But the Dave Thomas thing was hammering your point home. Like, Dave Thomas was the face of Wendy's, but did he do anything actually?
But that's what I'm saying.
Obama's the face.
Obama can meet
the face
with
of America,
his fucking
but
generals.
does he do a lot of stuff, or is there a lot of other people behind the scenes doing a lot of this?
This is what fucks me up about the news and this and that. Why the fuck don't they go? Why don't they just go? It's the government. Like, why would Obama, as a name, get so much pressure?
Administration.
Fair enough.
He appoints people.
We should have an understanding that it has nothing to. He appointed. Let me tell you who's in his office. It's Clinton's office.
No.
It's Clinton's.
His fucking attorney general.
And it's Rahm Emanuel. And these fucking people, Anthony, at the end of the day, you know that the government has nothing to do with Obama. It's the same shit.
But let me tell you something. I believe one of the biggest things he did was his appointment of the attorney general, who, by the way, is very radical.
Right.
Very left-wing, and can absolutely affect this country internally as far as our laws go.
So a radical left-wing person, what would be their agenda? Like, would you be afraid of what a radical left-winger would do?
Personally, my Second Amendment right, I really...
Take away the guns?
Yeah, I don't like that whole thing.
I've changed my views on a lot of that shit.
Getting a little loose on crime, getting a little loose on crime. When you have an attorney general in there that's a little tougher on crime, maybe we're not as apt to have criminals back out on the street so quickly.
I mean, let's be honest. Plexico Burress is going to jail for 2.5 years.
Anyone would have,
for
by the way.
shooting his leg.
It was
and the fact
terrible.
that anyone would.
You're right. I don't
should
agree
be
with
changed.
that. I don't agree with that at all.
That's all. Some of these things. Look, everybody who commits a crime shouldn't go to jail.
No, I agree.
I mean, that, you know what I mean?
Weed, shit like that, just stop.
Yeah,
Send
them motherfuckers to jail for years for that shit.
Underage sex, stop.
No, yeah, please.
Or at least lower the age.
Yeah, what the fuck? Come on.
Look,
Girls are maturing earlier these days.
We should take a break. We got to take a break because we got to get into the Australian TV show thing, man.
Oh, wow. Well, this is absolutely...
Yeah, I mean, Patrice picked a great day to come in. You had a bunch of guys trying to do a little Jackson 5 bit on Australian TV, and there's a lot of outrage. Have you seen the video yet?
What's Australia's fucking up? No.
Australia
is it another oh no?
Well, we've heard that Australia is very racist.
You heard?
Yeah.
Shit.
And they certainly are.
Jim Jeffries told us, right?
Jim Jeffries was
I know. They're very racist.
And Harry Connick Jr. is involved. It's a good little story.
Oh,
could be the story of the day, Patrice.
Okay.
Harry Connick Jr. First of all, well, we'll get into it, but
yeah,
I got my
absolutely.
opinion on poor Harry Connick Jr. Wasn't he in Independence Day? Why is he a judge on an Australian Gong show? Motherfucker.
Marcel from Rhode Island. Opie, after all this political talk, you compare Obama to Dave Thomas. He goes, and Marcel goes, I can't wait to see you on Fox News. I was just going with the CEO concept that Patrice started. So I was just trying to give an example of what Patrice was getting
You
at.
know how funny that is? The funny part is me and you are like, socialism, suck a dick. And Opie goes, it's kind of like Dave Thomas. Oh, my God. Oh, no.
I know.
No, just that you got these CEO guys like fucking Jim Cook. He doesn't make beer anymore. Yeah, but he's the face of Sam Adams. That's all I was trying to get at.
He's the niggas bottling James guy.
Yeah, right. There you go.
He's the nigga bottles of James just sitting on the porch.
Holy shit.
And someone else saying Dave Thomas did run Wendy's and created it. Yes, I understand that. But later in his life, he just sat back and let everyone else do everything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But when
We get the context.
Thank you. I don't know if it was a good one, but I was
I mean, we
trying.
get the context. You're allowed to have a mistake during context.
Oh, really?
All the time.
I guess you don't listen to this show.
All the time.
No mistake goes.
Yeah, we're not allowed to have. We're not allowed to have one mistake.
I know.
He's sort of like.
I was just trying to get in there. Jesus.
The bottles of James.
Remember those fuckers?
Oh my God. Trying to say that the president's on the porch? Oh, here we go. That's not what I meant.
I know.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, man.
All right.
Yeah, let's take a little breather and then we'll...
Yeah, you know what? Norton was on Leno. We haven't even discussed it. He fucking killed last night.
Yeah.
Gave us great exposure. Big Opie and Anthony sticker on his set.
Yeah, it's great.
A wow sticker, a picture of Stalker Patty. He did everything right for the show. Fucking Jim Norton rules. Just in case you missed it last night, we got the audio of Norton on Leno, okay? As we go to break. Patrice, you promoting anything?
Yeah.
What do you
I'm
got?
at, next week I'm at, you got it? You do it
What
better.
do I got?
I'm in DC.
Wow, look at the fucking headlines because Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. There's a big thing on Drudge. The front is him waving at the podium, and underneath it just says, "For what?" with a question mark. Obama wins Nobel Peace Prize. Mixed reviews. Quotes, embarrassing joke. This makes a mockery of the Peace Prize. Wow.
I'm raising my hand.
I was the first one, by the way, to voice my outrage at this at just minutes after he was
Anthony,
actually...
you know what? You turned me around, too.
Yes.
I agree with you. Like,
Yeah.
I need to know for what as well.
Give me a little
They usually
dossier
explain
on
why.
what he did.
Right.
But this fucking, and we will give him the prize because he did this wonderful.
What did
I
he do?
don't know. He flew Air Force One around the globe and apologized to everybody for the past 8 years.
Well, what are they saying he did to win the Nobel Peace Prize?
It's this vague kind of, what they said was, it's this vagary
the first
of
black president. That's why he got it, baby.
Yeah.
Probably.
He's changing the perception
He's changing
of
the world,
and how it. That was what it was.
There's not many.
There
There's
wasn't
not
any
many
shaking
awards.
fucking Egyptian Jew hands on the White House fucking lawn.
There's not many awards you can win that just for being the first black president.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Except for feeling good.
You're the first black president.
But
Here's the Nobel Peace Prize.
That's what he won.
Holy shit! Here you go. It's yours.
Yeah,
yeah.
Obama, Frank Perdue, same guy. Same guy.
Perdue. You think Frank Perdue was plucking those?
That's what I'm
chickens?
getting at. Well, when you think chicken, you think Frank Purdue, but is he doing any of the?
He wasn't
of
plucking the
work?
chickens.
He's oral niggerbogger.
Holy shit! God damn!
What was the?
Oh my God!
What did Mars call Renee Zellweger yesterday? I don't even want to say it. Can I say
Rebecca?
Do you mind if I say the N-word, Patrice?
It was Rebecca Swellnigger.
I'm not in charge of that.
That's what he said. He called her Rebecca Swellnigger.
Who?
It was Renee Zellweger, and we showed a picture of her, and he goes, Rebecca Swellnigger? And it's like,
Is that
no.
Mars?
Yeah, Mars.
Coming from Mars.
I know, it's
coming
hysterical.
from Mars.
He couldn't figure out anyone's name, and that one had us fucking roaring. You asshole.
Fucking A. All right, here's the deal. Patrice, God damn it, DC, go see Patrice. DC Improv.
yeah.
Someone was on the phone saying that some dude tried to kill himself at the DC Improv last week.
What?
Maybe that guy could call back after the break. I don't know if it was a comic, somebody in the audience, but they had a big incident.
Was Voss playing
supposedly, I don't know. Yeah.
Can you find out what happened?
Well, the guy couldn't wait around. We went political for an hour. I got a nice nap. Jesus. I got a nice nap in. Patrice, DC Improv, the 16th? Okay, so next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the
I hope
DC
people come
Improv.
out. I love fucking DC, man.
And down the
I love doing comedy
road,
there.
Bananas in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, the following week.
Big Mama Prods on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Here's Jim Norton on Leno last night. Michio Kaku is on our phone lines, the great physicist
Yes.
who talks to us like we're children.
Well, but you know something? We really are.
I mean, if we're going to blow up the moon, we got to get an expert on our show.
We haven't blown up the moon. See, this is why he talks to us like children. Because he's saying we blew up the moon.
Are we going to talk to him or not? Now there's a panic behind the scenes.
We sent a spent booster rocket
Yes.
into the moon.
Correct.
To kick up a bunch of crap.
Yes.
So another probe following that booster rocket could take all kinds of readings and see if there's any water or frozen water crystals in the cloud, in the plume, and then send that info back to Earth before that thing crashed into it.
Well, let's get him on the phone here. Michio.
Hi.
Dr. Michio Kaku.
Hello.
You must have a very busy day. Everybody wants to talk to you today, huh?
Okay, right, yeah. I've been doing a lot of media.
Oh, there he is on TV
morning.
now.
No, that's the other Asian guy.
Oh, sorry.
That's Sulu. Michio Kaku.
Yes, right
Doctor.
here.
Yes, sir. Now, we were watching this this probe, and it seems to be a success.
Well, the actual shot was kind of disappointing. We were all expecting a Hollywood-style money shot like Deep Impact or Armageddon.
Yes.
But in the next few hours, the spectrographic analysis will come in, and if they find evidence of water and ice, that's a game changer. That could change the entire space program if they find large quantities of ice on the South Pole.
This doesn't mean that we'd have to take a lot of resources to the moon with us. Water can be used to make oxygen, to supply, obviously, water to
rocket fuel,
people.
too. Rocket fuel.
And rocket fuel, the hydrogen from the water, can be used as rocket fuel.
Shut up.
That's right. Also
that's
shielding
crazy.
from radiation.
That's
And you realize how expensive it is to bring water to the moon. A pound of anything on the Earth would cost $50,000 to put it on the moon.
And imagine if it's a
that's
pound of coke.
5 times the cost of gold.
Adds
this
to
is
the
better
price.
than finding
You should
gold.
get your money
Better
back.
than finding gold.
If there's ice on the moon, right? Because, gold is only $10,000 a pound, roughly, and it costs $50,000 to put a
But
pound
you
of
already
anything
know
on the
there's
moon.
no ice and water on the moon, right? You already know that.
Well, I think it's.
Let's be honest, sir. You know that there's no ice and no water on the moon. You know that.
It's a long shot. A comet from billions of years ago may have slammed into the South Pole where it's very cold and it's permanently covered by shadows of craters. So there's a small chance that you could have large deposits of ice. But it's a long shot.
And you don't believe that we even landed on the moon, right, sir?
No, I think we've been on the moon. Now, we physicists shine lasers off the moon. There's a mirror left by the Apollo astronauts. We bounce lasers off that mirror, and then we can calculate the distance from the Earth to the moon within a few inches.
Just for fun.
So we use the moon program to calculate the distance from the Earth to the moon by lasers.
Now, can I ask you this? Are there any universally known like facts about the universe or about science that you completely dislike? Do you look at the theory of relativity and go, that idiot son of a bitch, Einstein was a dumbass? Like, are there any theories like by Hawking or anything like that you go, this is ridiculous, I don't believe it, and it's dumb?
Well, the thing that really kind of upsets me when I read physics books is when they talk about a singularity where space and time break down, gravity is infinite and stuff. There's no such thing as singularities, you know. There's no such thing as infinite gravity. It just means that we don't know what's happening there. That's all. It's an excuse for our ignorance.
Now, let me ask you this, sir. This is something I learned about space, and this is what I believe because it makes sense to me, is that space is not really empty. It's more or less matter. And like, say the sun is sitting in the middle of this matter, almost like if it's a stretched out sheet.
Yes.
And the sun is in the middle, and if you put balls and coins or whatever, it's just going to roll towards the sun. And that's what our planets are doing, are basically rolling towards the sun. But the thing that's keeping them from rolling into the sun is the fact that they have their own weight that's pushing down on this dark matter.
Well, you know, I think that's very close to what Einstein said, except he beat you by 100 years.
Always trying to take something from a nigger.
So you don't get the E equals MC squared.
But I'm just saying that do you believe in that personally, sir?
Oh, yeah, we actually measure that. When we have dying stars, pulsars rotating into each other, space becomes like molasses, and we can actually measure that. In fact, the Nobel Prize was given a few years ago to physicists who calculated the fact that
somebody did something.
Yeah, that's
like
a real
molasses.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes, a Nobel Prize for science.
Have you personally discovered anything, sir? Like, meaning, have you ever made up a theory that's pretty well known?
My theory is called string field theory. I work in something called string theory, and we want to summarize it into an equation 1 inch long. That's my equation. And we hope to test string theory with a $10 billion machine outside Geneva, Switzerland. It's not going to blow up the Earth, but it could prove that we all are made out of vibrating strings. And that's what I do for a living. I'm the co-founder of string field theory.
String field theory.
And what is the significance to laymen's, like people who just are just living life? If I find out that I'm just a big black string.
Well, it means that we can read the mind of God. Einstein said,
see, scientists, this is your problem, sir. Stop messing with God. Scientists
are the only scientists who can say the word God and not blush.
You just, why don't you leave? Here's what you can't explain. This is what you're never able to do. You're able to tell me how your heart beat. No, you're able to tell, like, your heart beats, right? Mm-hmm. You're able to say your heart beats. We live because our heart beats. You give the cause, but you don't know why or how your heart beats. Like, it's just beating.
It beats by electricity. The electric impulse that stimulates the heart makes it beat. We can make frog hearts beat by shooting electricity through frog hearts.
See,
y'all really told God to kiss your ass.
Yeah.
Now, do you believe in God, sir?
Hell no, he doesn't.
Well, I'm just quoting from Einstein. Einstein believed in a God of Spinoza, the God of harmony, beauty, elegance, simplicity, that the universe was so gorgeous.
It was a Jedi.
It could not have been an accident. That's the God of Einstein.
Now, let me tell that last question. Well, maybe not the last one. What is the most unexplainable thing? Like, to me, the idea of the beginning. There has to be a place where you have to kind of chalk it up to God, meaning that even physicists go, man, my mind is not able to conceptualize that this is not God? Like, is there anything that you go, man, this part is God?
Well, we believe in what is called the multiverse, that our universe is a soap bubble of some sort that's expanding, but there are other soap bubbles out there. And we live in a bubble bath of universes where big bangs happen when bubbles collide, bubbles fission in half. And we're going to prove it in the coming years with a new satellite that NASA is launching in about 5 years. And so we're going to prove that there was, in fact, something before the Big Bang, something before Genesis, before chapter 1, verse 1 of Genesis, and it was the multiverse, a multiverse of universes.
That is interesting.
Very interesting, Dr. Kaku.
But here's the God part, is that the Big Bang, there was a something before the Big Bang.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
That's right. There were probably Big Bangs happening all the time, even as we speak.
But there was a beginning, Doctor, and that's God.
See, he's saying the ultimate beginning before the thing before the Big Bang. Before that, there had to be a greater power that got it all rolling.
But who created the greater power?
Exactly.
Well,
it just appeared?
We don't know. We physicists only deal with what we can measure.
See,
and we're going to be measuring radiation from the pre-Big Bang universe.
It's not his job.
The new satellite to be launched in 5 to 8 years.
Yeah, it's like asking a priest, what about string theory? He's going to be like, I don't know.
Well, we think that string theory is the ultimate theory, the final theory.
I like it.
Eluded Einstein.
My string theory is, you see a string, your sheets are getting dirty. But that's just me, Dr. Kaku. I know you have to go. You only had 10 minutes.
Anyway, read my book. It's called Physics of the Impossible.
Have you ever swore?
Physics of the Impossible.
Wait, Danny wants in real fast. Danny?
Well, speaking of Physics of the Impossible, Dr. Kaku, when is that show going to air on Discovery or History?
December on the Science Channel. 12 episodes I'm hosting on teleportation, starships, warp drive, parallel universes, ray guns, Death Stars, planet busters, everything you've ever wanted to know about Star Trek explained in December on the Science Channel.
We will raise our PsyQs. Yes.
I will do it. A quick question, actually, for Dr. Kaku. Do you feel that if this the moon mission is successful, do you think that'll fuel any kind of speculation that maybe a probe to Europa might be sent out anytime within our lifetime?
Well, I think it would give added impetus to a probe to Europa, a moon of Jupiter, which is covered with ice, but may have an ocean underneath the ice. And that ocean could be actually room temperature. And there could be, who knows, sea monsters maybe swimming underneath the ice cover of Europa.
Wow.
That's a game changer, too, because we once thought you had to be close to the sun. Because Europa is ice covered and far away from the sun.
They just want to keep playing around.
Because it does seem like the technology does, in fact, exist, for some kind of ice melting probe. I know that the surface ice on Europa is probably miles thick, but it does seem like we're getting close, if not already have the technology to to burrow through it and kind of get to the liquid ocean under there.
That's right. NASA has designed for a submarine to put into the ocean of Europa.
Cool.
It's just a matter of cost. These are very expensive probes. Again, they cost maybe $50,000 to $100,000 a pound to put them out there to Jupiter. But hey, that's nothing compared to the trillions being dumped into the economy right now.
Do you believe there's other people out there?
Yeah, I think maybe not in our solar system, but I think in outer space, there probably are people looking back at us, wondering whether or not there's any life on the Earth.
We're alone.
Probably no intelligent life on the Earth anyway.
Yeah.
And you think they're just the same thing as us, same societies and the whole thing, same structure, that they just, boom?
Well, we physicists believe that there are Type 1, Type 2, Type 3 civilizations out in space. Type 1 would be planetary. Type 2 is stellar, like Star Trek. Type 3 would be Star Wars and galactic civilizations. On that scale, we're Type 0. We're not even a planetary civilization yet. So in outer space, there could be Type 1, Type 2, Type 3 civilizations, perhaps 100,000 to 1 million years more advanced than us, in fact.
Wow.
Yeah, until they get rid of things like Maury and
with the stars.
Do you ever
like that. The Opie and Anthony
we can't
show.
advance. The Opie and Anthony show, exactly.
Come on.
Doctor, do you ever swear? Like, if you discover something like amazing, like, you guys go, holy fuck balls, E equals MC square up in this bitch.
Yeah, that's what we do. We jump up and down and swear. I mean, when I discovered string field theory, I was just jumping up and down until like 5 o'clock in the morning, checking and rechecking all the equations to make sure that everything worked out right. And it worked. And it's one of the foundations of string theory now.
Damn.
Did you celebrate with a little, like, champagne? What did you do?
we don't get drunk. That's what we physicists.
He calls Stephen.
That's why they know what they know. They don't go and get drunk.
He called Stephen Hawking and said, "Take that, motherfucker!
Yeah,
I'll shove that in your piano, nigga."
I got you on that one. I like how Dr. Michio Kaku described the whole moon thing we're doing today as a money shot.
Yeah,
you know what that term comes from, right, Dr. Michio?
He knows.
From Hollywood, like in Deep Impact, the money shot was when Manhattan gets covered with water.
It's a part of Hollywood.
We didn't see that money shot this time. It's a very faint explosion on the moon.
He still doesn't understand where money shot comes from. That's the porn industry, my friend. They use the term money shot.
Do you laugh at things like Nostradamus and the end of the world theories, the 2012 things like that? Do you laugh at things like that?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to read everything about the paranormal, Bigfoot and witches and demons and Nostradamus. And then I got disillusioned because then I began to realize that Nostradamus in the original is all metaphorical poetry. A dictator rises in the East, a nation rises in the West. What the hell does that mean?
Nonsense, right?
It's all nonsense.
And so 2012, this 2012 thing means nothing.
Yeah, so anyway, as a kid, I began to figure out that a lot of the stuff that amazes people today, if you really think about it, there's less than meets the eye, I think. I think science is more fantastic than any fiction.
And so is it Transformers.
Yeah. So the 2012 thing is all bullshit?
I think so. If you look at the Mayan calendar, it's in cycles. One cycle ends in 2012, but another cycle begins. But I guess someone thought they could make a lot of money saying that the cycle ends in 2012, but then a new cycle begins.
Yeah, and not bring up the new beginning one. Yeah.
And do you notice every time there's a black president in a movie, it's the end of the world? Danny Glover is the president in this movie 2012. Can you believe that? Can you effing believe that, Doctor? Every Deep Impact, anytime there's a black president, it's the end of the world. What's the other one? Fifth Element.
Fifth Element had it, yep.
A big cross-eyed black president.
Yeah, what's his name?
And it's the end of the damn world. Right. Oh, man. That's amazing. I love this. I love outer space, man. Yeah. I love outer space.
Go to a planetarium, then.
I don't love it like that anymore.
No?
You take a girl on a date. Hey, do you have a girlfriend, dude?
I have a wife.
You have a wife?
He's a married man.
Oh my! That's so curious to see. Like, how do you bore her, or is she also a physicist too? And I don't mean that you're boring, but I mean your life is what you.
I like to think you just married a waitress.
Yeah. What you do is quite abstruse, Doctor. It's very difficult to understand this stuff. So. I mean, is your woman into it, too?
Patrice is basically saying you must be a bore at a party.
No, no, but, he got a wife, and is she into the thing, too? Into physics?
Well, art and science are extremely close together. Mathematics is almost like poetry. And if you think about it, physicists are like artists, except instead of playing with paint, we play with equations. So it's very creative. It's very imaginative, and
so you're saying you're a freak. Don't let the numbers fool you.
Yeah. he's
meaning you're a lot more exciting than what people would imagine.
Oh, it's fantastic stuff. We're talking about the meaning of the universe. We're talking about the ultimate constituents of matter. We're talking about cracking the big one, the big equation that makes the whole universe go. The ultimate theory. What could be more exciting than that?
Hey, before we let you go, Ant and Patrice were going at it pretty good this morning about the Earth. Are humans going to be able to figure this whole Earth thing out, or are we going to destroy ourselves?
Well, I think it's a race against time. I think in 100 years' time, there's going to be two trends in the world. One trend is toward the creation of a planetary civilization. That's called Type 1. But on the other hand, we have the forces of chaos, global warming, nuclear proliferation. And it's not clear which of the two forces will dominate. But, there are two contending trends in the world right now. And by 2100, I think it'll be settled as to whether or not we're going to have an age of Aquarius, a Type 1 civilization, or whether we wind up in chaos.
I seem to think humans are very adaptable. I think if we run out of a resource, it forces us to use our noggins, and the next generation does come up with a solution that the last generation created a problem for. It's been that way since we've really crawled out of the woods, and I don't think we can truly destroy ourselves or destroy this planet. I think everything adapts. And I truly believe that future generations have and will continue to fix the problems of the past generation.
Well,
I like that.
I think the Earth will survive. I'm not sure humans will survive, but the Earth will certainly survive.
Luckily, luckily none of us are vampires. We're going to be dead anyway. 50 years, I'm out of here.
What did Carlin say about that? It said the Earth's going to be fine. It's humans that are fucked.
Yeah, humans
something like that.
Yeah.
There's a famous Carlin.
And do you think there's an afterlife, sir? Is there anything that happens to us?
Don't ask him this. This is where it freaks everybody out. Go ahead, tell him. Tell him. Meet you.
Well, I tend to think that there's no measurable evidence of a soul or an afterlife. We scientists have looked for it. We've tried to weigh the soul of the body before and after death. We see no difference in the weight. We see no reproducible evidence. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means it's not reproducible, not testable, not measurable, not falsifiable.
And he's a scientist, so he looks for that kind of proof thing. A spiritual thinking is something completely different.
Do you have any unconventional, non-physicist belief? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in anything that do scary movies scare? Do you believe in anything that's not scientific that you go, man, the rest of my colleagues would think I'm a fool? Are you superstitious at all?
First of all, I love to see the movies. I have a great time watching magic shows and ghost shows. But my attitude is that I think we can reduce magic to physics. As Dr. Kaufman said,
he ruins all his fun. This guy can't have fun.
I love it. We need people like that,
I love this guy.
Just believe that the guy is making things appear. Come on.
I think I'm quite reasonable, but I don't put hats on my bed. You know what I mean? I think I'm like reasonably not superstitious.
I knock wood. I go, knock wood if someone says something.
Excuse me, I got to interrupt because we got Stephen Hawking calling the show.
That's impossible.
Meet you, Kaku. No, I'm telling you. It's, Mr. Hawking, it's a pleasure.
Okay, well, I got to get off the phone now, guys, okay? It's been great being on the show. Okay, so I got to take off.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Dr. Kaku. Thank you so much, Dr. Kaku.
He said I'm not talking to that person.
He's like, all right, he's like, I'm part of a bit now. I'm done. Interview over.
He's basically saying, do you really understand who I am?
I'm a scientist,
I'm
you idiot.
part of a shock bit.
Yeah, here comes the bit.
I'm trying to figure out the fucking universe, and you're telling duty jokes.
There's some guy with a wacky fucking little doctor fucking...
Hello, Dr. Kaku. Why? You know you have the name Cock in your name? Kaku, get it? Cock?
All right, I gotta go. Yeah.
One of the brightest human beings on the planet is sort of a friend of ours, and we're gonna ruin that.
Yeah,
too.
we'll destroy that fucking
no,
thing.
Who else is talking to that motherfucker?
Everybody today.
Oh, he's big today.
Yeah, this moon thing is big.
Oh, the moon thing. They're calling this guy up like crazy now.
All right, why don't we take another break? We got to play a little catch up. When we get back, fucking Patrice wants to let it out a little bit about this Letterman thing.
Yeah.
And this thing is still hot, so we're going to do that a little bit.
Hey, what the fuck is the story with Dr. Phil?
Oh, let's get into Dr. Phil, too.
Yeah, because that's...
let's get into all new shit. Let's get in Australia and Dr. Phil.
Australia with blackface and Harry Connick Jr.
Clear the field. Clear the field.
That's what we'll do. Supposedly someone tried killing themselves at the D.C. Improv. I don't know if it's true, and I don't know if the D.C. Improv wants us talking about it.
Who knows?
But that guy never called back, so who the fuck knows is right. Patrice will be there next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for everybody in the Washington, D.C. area.
Comedy can be changed to physics. You take the joke apart with string theory.
Boy, he is just a serious guy.
Serious all the time.
You try to talk about anything, like, he'll just change it right into physics.
You think he loves physics?
He loves it.
He loves it. So let's start with Letterman, Patrice. Now, I guess Letterman's wife's kind of pissed off is the latest news. Because she wanted a public apology. That's sort of what she was asking from David Letterman. And Letterman did do just that, but also turned it into a over-the-top, great, funny monologue. And now she has a real problem with that.
Doesn't she understand that he had to do it that way?
How else was he supposed to do it?
My issue, I was talking to Steve today. Only thing I have a problem with, one, look, I have discussions with my girl about these things. Women are going to have to understand that guys need side. Like, that we need that, or we need the idea of that somehow.
Yeah.
To, like, say, Dave, I understand, like, just don't make me look like a fool, which is probably what she did, because she knows. I think that lady knows her role. Because of the way she looks. I mean, it is offensive, but she is a fucking mess. She is homely. And Dave is not like some sexy dude. He's 60-something years old, but he's a dude.
He's got the power behind him.
And like I say this all the time. You don't see a Tostagi's beer woman. You don't see a 80-year-old most interesting woman in the world with young guys. Old women are finished. Old men get to be cool dudes who just fucking have owls on their hands and they tell stories.
All right, wait. I want to slow you down. Why do you think that is? Why can't the women be the ones that
because
are
women
the old broads with the young guys?
Their value.
Oh God.
Oh, she looks like Mitch Hedberg.
Oh shit! Now, look, I know what you're going to say. Women, why this doesn't happen when they get older? Men, and what women usually find attractive about men is very personality based. It's being funny. It's being interesting.
Men don't get pussy because we have a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Women get everything because they have a pussy.
Vagina, and the vagina does not age as well as the men's personality.
I can still stay interesting.
We can get wisdom as we get older. We could get even more personality. We could get more personality. They can't get better pussies.
Where did that all start is what I'm getting at. Why couldn't it be
fucking caveman? Ask that physicist.
So, all right. So we go back to the caveman. Why wasn't it the opposite way?
Here's what happened. I'm
hunter-gatherer.
Here's what happened.
Break it down for us, Patrice.
The day in the year 1. Okay, whatever that is.
All right.
The year billion.
The year rock.
The year
probably
rock.
Just the year apple.
The year rock.
The year stream.
When the first, and imagine how great pussy had to be. And this is pre-Brazilian waxes, pre-shaving.
Oh man,
this was just an horrible hairy mess.
Barely find it.
The first time, let's just say a number like 20,000. Okay, years ago. When guys found out that they would give up everything they have for that hairy mess, that day, men have been striving to understand how to compete, get that thing, and not have to give up his rocks. Mm-hmm. We say we were 20,000 years behind pussy. Men have been elevating and stretching, and women have been dismissing how much we're into pussy. Mm-hmm. So they stayed the same since year 1. They've never changed. They just guy's gonna give up all his money, all his rocks, all his fucking whatever the fuck is valuable at the time.
Pelts.
And we've been trying to figure out how to change that.
Yeah.
And we've been doing a good job. We're probably only 5,000 years behind pussy.
5,000 years behind.
Only about 5,000 years. We've been
5,000 years to pussy.
We're getting there.
We're still behind.
Is that on the Mayan calendar too? When we will reach?
Oh, pussy. The year 5012, nigga. Pussy's finished.
Is that why we invented gay? Because we just gave up fucking chasing pussy?
Gave up.
They just said, you know what? I don't have time to catch up to pussy.
I talked to a gay guy, and he says he fucks a lot. And he said it like with this way. I go, well, how does it, what does that mean? Like,
yeah.
And he all he did to explain, he goes, we're guys. Gay guys fuck a lot because we're two men.
You get bored and you'll fuck. You just be like, I'm bored. What do you want to do?
Two dudes is
put your
like,
dick in my ass.
You know, anytime we have that feminine thing, is we make it up. So my thing is with her. She probably knows her role. She probably just said, "Listen, don't make me look like a fucking idiot. Don't do it like this." Now Dave did the Kaiser Sosa thing, which you gotta respect. He said, "Nigga, really? I'll kill myself before I let you
that's what he
run
did.
my life."
Yeah.
And it was a smart thing. And I know he talked to his girl before. He's like, "Look, baby, you know me." She knows him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I stay. He got a bedroom upstairs at the fucking Ed Sullivan Theater.
Yeah.
Where he's probably fucking these young broads and doing an Ed Sullivan impression. Man, really big. You like that? Coming to my dick is the next intern.
You think they dismantled the bedroom by now? You think that's
that shit's still up there, nigga. He pulls down a dictionary. That shit turns around.
Behind his secret fucking wall. Yeah.
Alfred, his butler's there, making sure it's him. So basically, he fucked up a little bit. But here's the thing that bothers me about women who are against Letterman on this issue. she's been with the guy 29 years, right? Okay, and this woman, and I'm trying to look at her and envision her young. She was never hot. Dave did this because he's been with her 29 years, and she finally gave him a baby and all that shit. But I think that he did it because of how we are. We're never faithful and we're never committed because of the girl. It's something we do for us to see if we can be mature. It's a maturity thing. It's not like a I love you so much here's thing. It's like, you know what, bitch, you deserve marriage. So what he did, or the 29 years, he did it for her. But my thing is with women who go, I deserve something for this 29 years. It's the difference between investing in a house and investing in the stock market. Different investment. When you invest in a house, you still live there. That's your home. It's value to you as you're living. Mm-hmm. The stock market has no value until you cash in. Really, it's a gamble. It's a
cash
thing.
Out.
You cash out. Sorry about that. And so what I'm saying is this bitch has been with Letterman for 29 years.
There's value in that.
Homely woman, and the thing I keep saying this, ladies and gentlemen, is because it matters to men. How you look, your look as a woman is your value system almost a lot to a dude. It's rare that a guy marries a woman because of all her other attributes. It just is. So I'm saying that they think she should get some type of money or she gets some type of credit for being with Letterman for 29 years as if her fucking life has been foul for those 29 years. She's been living a lottery for 29 years.
Right.
And looking like that. So, you know what, miss? Shut the fuck. Dave don't have to apologize for shit. Your life is the apology. You should apologize to Dave for looking how you look. And expecting the king. There's only been a few kings of late night. Mm-hmm. One, Jack Parr.
Yeah.
Two, Milton Berle. Not even late night. That's prime time.
Yep.
Johnny Carson is the second.
He went through a few women.
Maybe Merv Griffin once in his motherfucking life.
Merv Griffin.
Exactly. I'm trying to find somebody.
Mention Merv Griffin with Johnny Carson.
So basically, Jack Parr, in agreement?
Yeah.
Johnny Carson.
Right. No black guys, by the way.
David,
that's racism.
Well, Arsenio was okay for a minute.
He made a run at it.
Arsenio
he made a run at it.
Now we got Monique on BET.
Monique.
Hey, y'all.
Holla.
So...
Magic Johnson did a good run.
Oh, my God. Was that funny?
Fucking asshole. Is this the gun guy?
Yeah, that's the gun guy.
Sneaky racist shit, you son of a bitch.
My 5'11" connection.
5'11" guy in the hayo.
So it's only been 3 superhero motherfuckers in late night. Dave is one of them. And then maybe you put Leno. That's an argument. But Dave is one of the top 5 greatest in what he does of all times. And he's with this woman, and this woman is not a top 1 billion of all time, nothing. She's with, I don't give a fuck what you deliver. My girl does a lot of shit for me, but she pretty.
Yeah.
I fuck a ugly bitch that do shit for me. That don't count. Every ugly bitch want to do something for you if you got $1 million. This chick is on the news looking like she look. With that dead hair, that dead gray black hair. I'll never do Letterman again, evidently, but I can't even explain it without offending anybody. Shut your mouth. What he's doing is trying to protect you. He's trying to protect, and he's taking all the brunt of what he did.
Yeah.
He's like, I fucked up. He's not even saying, listen, this is what he could do. He could go, look, bitch, you know the $2 million I was going to pay this nigga for extorting me? I'll just give it to you. And I'm going to tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a box. They put a box next to him of a picture of his wife and go, ladies and gentlemen, look. You wouldn't get your dick stuck on the side?
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Who can blame me, nigga? Nancy Grace, bitch. You look better than her. I fuck you. Why you dogging me?
So you're saying that Dave pretty much should be able to have, especially pre-marriage, whatever the fuck he wanted.
Dave,
and why did he marry her?
I told you.
You can
Fuck
have
her.
Why is he doing her a favor?
Because dudes
if he's able
like
to get
that,
all
man.
these women like that, and
Dudes
that's
are
his
loyal
thing.
because pussy and loyalty are two different things, man. It has, if your woman cheats on you, it's because of something you did. If my girl's fed up with me right now. If she went and got some side dick, it'd be because she's fed up with me. Side pussy got nothing to do with her.
It's you.
Most women would argue that point, but okay.
If my girl goes, I'm gonna fuck another dude, it's because first of all, the dude will go, you got a boyfriend, baby? Yeah, but when you ask her, a woman goes, I'm gonna fuck you, you got a girlfriend? Bitch, what can you not spoil this time? Yes, we're very happy. I'm getting ready to marry the bitch. Can you suck my dick and shut up? Why the fuck you asking me questions about my life?
Don't spoil this.
Now, my girl fuck another dude.
Holy shit.
It's because it's an opening left that I made by her being feeling inadequate about our relationship. So she meet a guy and it's like, we're not having this and we're not and she fucks, and it's like she has to convince herself based on it being her fucking against me. You feel me?
Right, yeah.
It's just like, look it, when a woman, we had this argument, dude, very recently, and it's like, if I got caught cheating on her as opposed to she get caught cheating on me. She get caught cheating on me, she gets demoted down back to hoe. She gets demoted back down to where she began.
And where is she now?
She's a 5-star general. If this was an army,
she's the queen.
Yeah.
She's it.
Just about the queen.
There's nothing else.
Yeah.
She's it. If I don't marry my girl, I'm never getting married.
Right.
If I don't marry my girl that I'm with now, I'll never get married.
So yeah, she's like the queen.
She's it. Okay?
And she goes back to lowly
She goes
peasant
back,
girl.
give me my keys.
All the way down.
But she doesn't have to. I said, look, to stay in my life in any capacity, you'll now be a hoe again. I'm taking my keys. Bitch, you got to call. And if you call, I'm not sure I'm going to call you back. You got to go back to those days where you had to shut the fuck up. She said, if I get caught cheating, well, what if you get caught cheating? I go, what do you demote me down to?
Oh, my God.
Holy all you do is put me back where I want to be. You being a hoe. Either way, you back to being a hoe.
Are you writing this book or not? You better be writing this book.
What if you're demoted to just out of her fucking life?
That's fair.
That's it.
But if we're going to be, but see, that's why I said, she's either she's downgraded,
then she's
or she can go.
But then, no matter what, she'll not have you and be out back in the scene being a hoe, trying to find somebody that's
and here it goes back to caveman days. I can find another woman that wants to be loved, that wants to be held, that wants money, that wants to call me every fucking second. Where's she gonna just go find love? She can't. She can't go, fuck you, nigga, I'm going to find love.
No,
she has to go find dick.
She's going to find
dick. And hopefully it turns into love. But it's still under my control. That's why this...
All right, bring it back to Letterman. Bring it back to Letterman.
And it's not, it didn't leave Letterman, because I was going to wrap it up in a bow.
Here we go.
This woman that he's with married, she absolutely understands that. She's been around for 29 years, not married to him. And no other bitch, she's a soldier. So he finally gave her a baby and finally married her. And all she ever asked, because Letterman is a trooper. You know he's told her these things, is don't embarrass me. Don't fucking embarrass me. So she probably wants something like, Dave, you're making, because put it this way, she's in Connecticut. She has rich friends. They keep up appearances. She has to do things so she doesn't look like a fucking fool at the Tupperware parties, man.
Yeah.
So it's like Dave has to go, I'm so sorry, baby, to her. So that her friends can go, she can go to her friends, see? She knows that nigga getting his dick sucked up in there fucking Ed Sullivan Theater.
So what does Letterman lose in the end?
He loses liars from his fan base, but he gains a whole lot of dudes. He gets dudes and more dudes that say, fuck old Letterman. But now he getting his dick sucked, and he said he pulled the Kaiser Sosa, where this pussy-ass nigga tried to extort him, and he says, you know what, I'll destroy my whole family before I let you do that shit. Yeah. Dave is a dude now.
He's a gangster.
He's a dude.
Is he a gangster?
It depends on how he behaves.
Right. Now, if she says, I'm done with this marriage, does David Letterman lose?
He loses money.
Well,
but he shouldn't.
He's got enough money though. So
does he
really lose there?
What does he lose?
I'm asking that question to you.
A fucking.
Does he lose that love that he wants?
He doesn't want love. He wants his dick sucked up in a makeshift hidden bedroom.
You said it's different though.
My girl.
What if he really loves her?
He don't.
So he doesn't lose anything.
Not a thing. What I lose with my girl is what men need. I lose. Like, when you first date, the pie is all pussy. It's a pussy pie. Then you replace it with trust. A little piece now is trust. Then the trust part gets bigger. The need part gets bigger. The fucking the thing where it's like, you're my companion. All that shit's get bigger. The pussy pie gets smaller.
So
this woman pussy's left them. Their relationship long time ago.
As far as pussy goes, there's only a few crumbs left.
It's pussy crumbs.
So you could have an illustration and use a pie chart of what happens over the years, where it's first, here's the key, red equals pussy. And the whole fucking circle is just red at the beginning. And then, okay, here's green is trust. It's a little sliver now and there. It's almost like, Hispanics and blacks in my neighborhood. That would be the little sliver.
But it's okay because you still have a lot of red.
Yeah.
So you're not even worried.
And those colors are contingent on what you need in your life. So it's like, all I need from a bitch when I meet is some pussy.
You're adjusting.
I don't need that much trust. A little sliver of trust is, hey, bitch, don't put the shit on Twitter. Don't put the shit on my, a little bit of trust, but then it builds to be a relationship.
You're adjusting your pussy portfolio.
Yes.
You're diversifying your pussy, because you can't keep it all in pussy over the course of the relationship. You got to diversify.
But I think that's what Patrice is trying to tell the guys. Make sure you make it mostly a pussy pie.
Keep all your assets in pussy. Because once you start diversifying into high-risk things like trust and relationship and companionship, that's when you get burned.
And that's when Dave married her, is because she became so much more. She probably knows really fucked up things about Dave. She has level 12 clearance, and I think, other than the fact of physically what she looks like, I don't know what kind of person she was to Dave, but for 29 years, she's been around. She's been around. So that means she's a fucking trooper to be around and not be married. And that means Dave said, because women are like, David, I don't have a child. It's like, bitch, look, I've been married. Go on, go fuck yourself. It's like you. You bring a bitch up in the crib, they like, oh my God, I'm going to marry him. And you like, I hear your voice, bitch. I hear it in your head. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to enjoy my pool. And you're gonna go ask Keith the cop for a towel. I don't even know where they are. And that's what it is. And that's how Letterman had her for 29 years. My girl been around for 9 years, man. 10 years almost, man. And I ain't married her yet. When I marry my girl, man, it's gonna be for her. It's just gonna be because she put in.
You're fine with the way things are right now. Like, if it would stay like that forever, you wouldn't give a shit, right?
I'll introduce that bitch as my girlfriend when I'm 72.
Right.
This is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But for me, I know that for her, she can't take that shit.
Really?
Being a girlfriend for 27 years. So I would marry her for her. When it got to that place, he did that. That woman.
Wait, she understands that, though, and she's going to accept that? Knowing that you're just marrying her?
Because she doesn't want to really get married. She only, if I wrote a will,
right,
she'd be happy.
And said, all right, look, you got my shit.
If I die, you got my shit.
What about having a kid with you? Would that, like, satisfy her?
That would make her feel like I couldn't just bounce. Right now, here's what it is.
Why does she stay with you?
Why does any woman stay with any guy?
I'm asking about you. Why does she stay with you then?
Because
I mean, I've seen you guys together. You're a really good couple.
We love each other.
Yeah.
But we're not.
Which is very different than what you say on the show.
But we're not together because of her. Our relationship doesn't survive because of her reason and her logic. It survives because of mine. If I was like her, we'd be finished. So you have to have that logic. I have to explain to her certain things that she feels. Other women, a lot of women get married. Look at how marriage is destroyed. We've been together for a long time. This bitch been around a long time. It's still strong because I don't do things to resent her. I don't do things that I don't want to do. If I don't feel like getting married, she wants to move in with me. She keeps hinting about moving in. I go, I'm not ready. It's too small. The house too small. I can't see you like this.
She pretty much lives there, though.
She could come in anytime she wanted. The other day, she just popped right in because she's been feeling I've been cheating on her. She feels it. Like, because she calls and I might not call her back. Or she texts, I don't text her right back. And here's why I fucked up, and I'll tell everybody this shit. Trust has nothing to do whether you're trustworthy or not. Trust is a routine that you stick with. If you switch your routine,
God, write this book.
If you switch your routine, your fucking trust is gone.
Trust level goes down, right?
Here's what I fucked up. I started calling her and answering her texts immediately, no matter what. I drop everything. She's been feeling a little bit funny, but it's not because of me, really. It's because she might have gained a couple of pounds. She's feeling a little, her mojo is a little low right now, her swagger. So I've been trying to, in the last few month or two, just cater to her, the fact that she's feeling like that. But what that did was put me in a position to have to answer the fucking phone every time the bitch called.
Now you set yourself up.
I set myself up with a bad routine. So she came by the house. She got the keys. All I ever said to her is, don't ever drop in trying to catch me doing some shit. I think the other day she dropped in to try to catch me doing some shit. And I was just sitting in there holding my balls and watching whatever. And she come in there and you could feel her energy go, I feel better. Because it was an odd time for her to drop in.
And you were
very
just
odd.
Sitting there.
Just doing what I'm doing.
Innocent Patrice.
Because I'm not greedy. Yeah. That's why I gave her a key, so to keep me from thinking I'm going to have a bitch in there.
You're like an old school king, man.
God damn. It's so intricate.
You might be the last king,
There's
man.
so many fucking facets to Patrice's, like, relationship stuff. That whole thing with fucking, the trust thing is routine.
It's not trust.
Not trust.
It's just give somebody, the fact is, if I call you, man, you call me back every time, I can hinge on that routine. If you do some weird shit like, wait a minute, Anthony don't do overtime? What kind of shit is that?
But now it has nothing to do with me being untrustworthy. It just happened to be that.
You changed the routine.
There's a lack of trust, even though the trust tank is still full.
Because the routine. And I teach her, I tell her exactly what these things are so that I go, look, sweetie, I give you something to latch on to. I give you a routine. She texts me a couple of times. And then here's what I did outside of the routine to help her out. My phone wasn't working in L.A. For some reason, AT&T was like, fuck L.A., I gave her the number to my motherfucking hotel room so she could just call my hotel room so she don't feel fucked up. Here you go. Now the bitch. Hotel. Bring. Hello, I think it's the maid. Bitch, I said not today. I'm just calling it. Blah, 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 blah. It's just.
And that was the only reason she was calling to check up on you.
Yeah, but she won't. But look, man, I don't blame her, man. I'm on the road. I'm this and that. I talk shit. I don't blame her, and I'm trying to, appease that part of her. But the Letterman situation, this is. Cheating is not necessarily you have to go and fuck another woman. A lot of times that shit'll help if you can just discuss it. I know Letterman discussed it with her because she's been around. Letterman thinks how I think and thinks how you think, Anthony. Yeah. Is that if a chick is in your life, you're going to explain to her and you're willing to have her walk out of your life based on your theory about not being unhappy anymore. It took him years to marry this woman, man. And she knows because here's another thing. You know how my girl, it's two things. You meet a girl who dresses like a hoe. You meet a girl who was a hoe. Now you with her. I mean, let's understand that hoe is in the DNA. Same thing with a nigga. You meet me, I had 12 bitches. you know there's an affinity for me to want to have 12 bitches. So I'm fighting 12 bitches and you're fighting hoe. Dave Letterman is fighting getting his dick sucked by young interns because she used to be one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she knows the animal she's dealing with.
They always think that they can change them, though. See, that's the thing.
And you know what? Goes back to the caveman shit. Change them with what ability? What did they learn?
The pussy.
The pussy. I'm going to change them with pussy.
And that's why we're still chasing the pussy.
We're still chasing it, but here's
5,000 years behind, that's it?
5,000 years, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And I'm going to tell you what's going to take it back to where women are like the I Am Legend monsters. If men just say, if men say, I'm not fucking women. If we act with our dick like women act with their pussy, if a girl goes, hi, how are you? And you go, hi. Can I buy you a drink? I don't drink. Well, do you have a girlfriend? Yes, I do. And I just don't want to talk right now. I'm just sitting here relaxing. I want to be left alone. Bitches will lose it because they have no skill to get dick without having a pussy. I'm a fat motherfucker naked. I'm telling you, I annoy myself. I look at myself in the mirror and I go, why would a girl as pretty as my girl fuck me? She's up to something. That's because I'm thinking on my awful level.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, dude, I don't get pussy because of my physicality, man.
So if we could band together as men
and hold on to
totally swear off a pussy for a while and see where that goes.
It'll take 5,000 years for women to realize.
Yeah, so we got to go 5,000 years without pussy.
Something wrong here. Motherfuckers is holding on to dick. Once they figure out men have come together and don't give up dick, they'll be in deep shit. Man rape will go right skyrocket.
Man rape.
Give me your balls, nigga. I'm going to kill you.
Well, that's a hell of a theory.
Then she took me under the staircase. It was horrible. She stuffed it in.
Just like, used her fingers and shoved my limp cock inside there. Pumped up and down.
What would a woman do to get... How the fuck would a woman get dick from you if you wasn't willing to give it up?
Yeah.
What would she do? You know what she'd do? Call you a faggot. You must be gay. If Rosario Dawson started rubbing the pussy and say, hey, fat boy, come in here, and I go, nah. You faggot.
What's wrong with you?
You're gay. That's really?
Then you would prove you're not.
Then I would have exactly.
You lose every time.
What, bitch?
So now we have to put up with that. That insult.
There have been times you're laying in bed, you want a little pussy or something like that, and it's like, tired, this and that, and you got to go like, all right, whatever. And then there are other times where you're fucking like, you know, she might rub your leg a little bit and get things done. You're like, you know, something, I would love to, but I am fucking exhausted. And you get like now there's a problem.
Who you been fucking?
Why is that?
What have you been doing? It's not accepted.
Yeah.
But see, at the end of the day, not to keep, but it's a godly thing. God has looked down favorably to men. He hasn't given us anything that makes us suffer. The only thing that makes us suffer is the constant threat of other pussy when we're in a committed relationship. We don't have periods. We don't have babies. We have nothing that women should respect that we suffer with. So when a woman wants dick and we go no, she has the right to be suspicious, angry, rejected, and mad because that's just, they don't believe in us. But when a woman goes, I got a headache, I'm on my period, I'm having emotional issues, we have to respect that as gospel. But there's nothing about us that they need to respect. All we are to them is dick, but really all they are to us is pussy.
You should stop there. It's perfect. Let's take a quick break.
God damn.
No, the beauty of this show, we went from string theory to the pussy pie theory.
Pussy pie.
Right. I would
Let me tell my theory on the pussy pie.
What do you know on the pussy pie theory?
By the way, quickly, since you're getting, we spoke about Dr. Kaku there for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Dr. Steve, who we know loves Dr. Michio Kaku.
They have a little problem, right?
Oh, my God. Dr.
Steve has a little problem with him?
Cannot stand him. Dr. Steve was a physics guy before he became a doctor. He's a genius when it comes to physics and does not agree with Dr. Kaku on many things. So now you know how to get Kaku off the phone. Just start doing a bit like that. He's involved with it. And he goes, that was hilarious. He goes, in quote, a bubble bath of universes? Shut the fuck up. That's fantastic. That's one physicist doing it. Shut the fuck up with your bubble fucking universe shit.
It was better than my Dave Thomas theory, I'll tell you that much. Fucking
Dr. Steve rules.
The Colonel Sanders of the universe.
Shut the fuck up. That's layman's terms. Those are terms we can understand from a physicist. Shut the fuck up.
Dr. Steve, the layman's physicist.
Yeah, that's Dr. Steve's shut the fuck up theory.
The sun's hot, nigga. Quiet down.
Pipe down with your bubble bath space shit.
The Jackson thing from Australia. We got to do it.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be the last thing I think we do today after the break. Patrice O'Neill is just a fucking funny dude, man.
Love
I hope you
having
guys know that
Patrice
by
in.
now.
Love it.
He's playing the Improv next weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the DC Improv. Big Mama Prods on Twitter.
Yes.
You tweet that shit, right?
Yes,
Where are you going to be?
Yeah, I'm a tweeter.
Patrice's shows are fucking hysterical, and part of the fun is watching people first get the wrong impression that Patrice is actually... I was watching his act, and it's great, because he'll fucking do some self-deprecating shit at the beginning and kind of bash guys... And the women are sitting there going,
That's right.
Yeah, and they're looking at their boyfriends at the tables like, that's what you hear what he said?
You're just softening it up.
And then motherfucker turns around and nothing any like worse than he was saying about what assholes guys are on occasion. But then the same girls that were backing Patrice up are sitting there like nose in the air. I don't like that. I don't like what he's saying. It's so fucking funny to watch the audience at Patrice's show.
And do you make up half your shit as you go? I always want to ask you that. Maybe I did ask you this.
What I do is if the crowd is beautiful, we make up half the shit. I know that sounds a little hokey.
No, as a comic, that is so brave to be able to just go out there and go, I think I'm going to make half my shit up tonight.
The people are very,
That's the
very,
best comedy,
very
by the way.
important, man. The people. If they're a good crowd, dude, you just want to give them more, and you can elaborate.
And
that's what we do at our radio show. That's why this is successful, because we make our shit up as we go.
Yeah,
we're not following some dumb radio scripts. So a lot of comics do, though. Unfortunately, follow some dumb, comedy.
I wouldn't be able to do comedy no more if I fucking like.
If
I'm like.
I mean, you got some ideas and stuff.
Oh, no, yeah, I mean, I'm not
and
gonna
some go-to material if you're like, you know what, the crowd's not. I'm not feeling these guys.
If the crowd ain't beautiful, then I'm like.
Then you got to go to your stuff.
E equals MC squared. There's comedy theories.
Some bubble bath fucking.
There's bubbles crashing.
Pluto is made
Stephen
of
S. for
bubble.
Bayshore said, "I'm wrong. You're actually on Twigger, not Twitter."
Oh, now come on. That
we're all
doesn't
trying
even
to get along today.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my
You can't even have an open discussion
what the hell?
without.
Can't we all just get along today?
I ate fish with Steve from Bayshore, that piece of garbage.
That motherfucker.
Look at him, he's probably feeling bad. That was funny, Steve.
Fuck him.
It was all right.
It's probably
Fuck him, the Nazi.
All right, one more break to do. Bobo's here today. Bobo is here today, too. I don't know. I got an idea with him. I noticed something about him, but we might not have time. Maybe we'll end with Bobo. It'll only take like 5 or 10 minutes with
better.
him.
It's Friday, motherfucker.
Explore my idea, something I picked up on.
Better is Friday.
Yeah, we want out quick. Patrice O'Neill, it's his show today. We'll be back. I need it dry, meaning you don't pour the milk on the oatmeal after they prepare it.
Yeah.
So this Evan dummy that's been working with us for way too long
dressed very snappy
should be
today.
shown the fucking door.
Oh my God, he's not even laughing at that.
Comes back with dry oatmeal,
That's nothing in it?
As in you pour it out of the thing to cook.
Like granola?
Who eats that?
The pour?
How do I eat dry oatmeal?
Just take Patrice's microphone.
Very nice, by the way.
How do I eat dry oatmeal, for real?
I got you your first oatmeal.
Yeah.
Like I usually get it. I just ask for oatmeal with
There was milk in it, right?
Yeah.
Look who comes in. Look who comes. Sam
Dress
comes
nice,
in
too. What?
laughing.
You guys made him dress up?
Sam did
These
that.
guys do things behind the scenes, and they're hoping we acknowledge it, and we're just not gonna. So don't acknowledge that they're all dressed up and nice today. It's some weird thing Sam's doing behind the scenes. that I don't really feel like getting into. So you did this for no reason, by the way. Which makes Sam very happy. It makes Sam very happy.
Yeah, Sam just pulls these things for no fucking reason.
Yeah, we noticed that you got a
prick.
tie on and everyone's clean cut today, but you know what? I don't feel like going with the bit. Sorry. We got Patrice O'Neill talking about relationships and cavemen, and we got string theories and fucking apple pie theories and whatnot, so pussy pies.
Pussy pie.
Right. So why would you come back with dry oatmeal?
I didn't
Who
get
eats dry oatmeal?
the subsequent oatmeals. You said your first one.
Why
Who the hell's
does he
this guy?
talk like that?
Like I'm a Walt.
Who came back with the actual dry oatmeal? When I mean dry, it's right out of the box.
Yeah, it's not even cooked.
No, this
or anything.
Right.
It's just
Who
dry
came back
oatmeal.
with that?
I mean, I don't want to point any fingers, but I believe Kenny's replacement, Chris, was responsible for that one.
Uh-oh. It's like it came out of a grain silo. That's where your oatmeal came from. Fresh out of the silo.
Unbelievable. We don't need to spend a lot of time on my oatmeal. It's just bizarre because now this is the
oatmeal diva.
I know. I'm up to the fourth. I'm up to the fourth version of this.
Yeah. Why don't you just
What's
wait
the verdict?
till why don't you just wait till we're off?
At this point,
Get it yourself.
Exactly.
Now it's like fuck it.
Everything falls apart when Kenny's not here.
Do you
and
realize
now Kenny's going to know that, and now I got to deal with an email. I'm so sorry that because of my absence, everything got fucked up today, GH.
But now this is my proprietary mix.
I like it.
So I need to know if it's okay.
I like the combo.
Wow.
Very nice.
Have you noticed something, by the way, since
What?
Kenny hasn't been here?
What?
Past 2 days?
What?
Have you noticed something here?
What? What are you missing?
Sandwich?
I haven't eaten
In 2 days.
in 2 days because I just know it'll get fucked up and I'll get pissed. So I'd rather just starve and wait till I get home.
And people always ask us why. Because Kenny just does things right every single fucking
and
time.
It's no
just
bash
amazing.
against anybody, believe me, because it's just, for me, going out and getting food is a problem because people are morons at the stores.
We can't. We have to be here the whole time.
And Kenny just
we barely
knows.
have time to fucking take a leak.
So what I usually get is the toasted onion bagel. It's got to be toasted right. And then the turkey with a slice of American cheese melted on top of it. And then that whole thing heated, placed in the fucking bagel, and then wrapped up and brought in. And
Anyway,
it's fine.
Anyone could do that, I'm thinking.
But no.
But then again, I thought that about the
No,
oatmeal,
because sometimes I've gotten
which could be the easiest thing to
a
prepare
cold
for breakfast.
turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
I've gotten an everything bagel with just a regular cold turkey and 8 slices of fucking cheese.
Right.
You know, it sounds like diva. But to me, I thought to myself, why get annoyed? I'm not even going to eat until Kenny comes back.
Which he's coming back Monday. You're gonna starve all weekend.
I'll starve. I won't even eat at home. I'm going to wait until Kenny gets back. No, I go home and I pig out at home. But I don't have to eat while I'm here. It's comfortable and very tasty.
Right.
But I'm like, if it's going to be a problem, fuck it.
I made a video with Kenny's replacement yesterday. I kind of like this one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to promote all my videos, but that one I kind of like.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah, because I wanted to play You Drop Something with the guy, and I needed to know the password because Kenny told me not to get in any strangers' cars unless they know the password. So I was really fucking when
Like a child.
like a child. And then I had to ask him, make sure he wasn't going to touch my wee-wee. So,
Did he?
and he was so fucking annoyed with me. He
Of course
fucking
he
hates
is.
me.
He's not Kenny.
He's not
He doesn't
Kenny.
have that
He doesn't
dopey
understand.
Kenny. He didn't tour with Dice for fucking ever.
So the video is very uncomfortable if you want to check it out on Opie Radio on YouTube. Evan, get out of here. Thank you. Thanks for your efforts. I appreciate it. Whatever you do. Sam. No, actually, talking of food, I guess behind the scenes, all hell is breaking loose, Anthony.
Yeah, there's things going on.
And
I heard a discussion.
And I want to make it perfectly clear that me and Ant are bringing this to the air. Because these guys actually said, nah, don't do this.
No, we
we're
go
all
to the
right,
air.
blah, blah, blah. We go to the air.
Yep.
What's going on? We said that E-Rock takes pictures of Steve's breakfast every morning, right?
Yes.
E-Rock,
Yes.
you've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, for months now.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your pics on your Twitter.
And they're quite hefty breakfasts.
And it's just funny. I mean, if you're going to use Twitter, that's the way to use it.
Yeah.
Humiliate somebody.
That's what it's there for.
But he wasn't aware you were doing this?
Well, he knew earlier on that after the first time, I guess we mentioned that on the air that we were taking photos of his breakfast, but he said, and I sat there quietly.
Hold on. Another guy that doesn't like us just walked by. I know. I understand. What? I understand.
Oh, that one?
Fucking jukebox. Go ahead, E-Rock.
jukebox. I thought you were being anti-Semitic.
I'm fucking sick of the dirty looks we get when people walk by our studio.
I really did think he said
I know,
jukebox.
something.
Oh,
I was like, what is that?
Jukebox.
People make their living by just fucking, one song after another, and they're giving us dirty looks as they walk by the studio. I get it. I understand.
I get it.
Go ahead, E-Rock. So, back to you.
So, yeah, he was aware of this, and he never said not to in the past, right? So I kept doing it. And today just set him off because he said, I put up with this long enough. I'm tired of this. And when the segment was done, I walked back to the office.
Wait, well, the picture was, what? Some kind of omelet with a lot of
ketchup on it.
A lot of ketchup. A whole thing of fries that would probably, honestly, feed a family of 4 as a side dish.
Fries and eggs?
And then some kind of like chicken
with lettuce, but there's a giant blue cheese. Like the chicken and lettuce would be fine. That should be the breakfast. The chicken, the lettuce, without the big packet of cheese dressing.
All those 3 together.
Who makes fries for breakfast though? Like where do you find a restaurant that'll put on the fucking fryer in the morning?
Yeah, fucking fries.
He's on some kind of weird diet. Exactly. I didn't make the look, Steve. Don't worry. E-Rock.
So I go back to the office, and I looked at Steve, and he wasn't looking at me.
By the way, it was a good bit for the show, and that's all. I explained this to E-Rock. I go, that's all I care about in the end is a good fucking radio show. I can't be bothered with whose fucking feelings are hurt on a given day. We all take a turn, under the bus.
I want to look at the clock and see that 40 quality minutes just went by.
Yeah.
That to me is like, we're doing our job.
You know how uncomfortable I felt with my Dave Thomas theory? I fucking ate a shit sandwich this morning. Okay, I know it was. I know. Trying to show I'm smart by doing my Dave Thomas theory. Oof. You don't think I heated up inside?
Little warm.
Yeah, and that's what this show's about. I could care less if feelings are being hurt. Anyway, E-Rock.
So I walk in. He's not looking at me. So I kind of pat him on the back. I said, "Hey, sorry, Steve." And he says, "Don't fucking talk to me."
Oh, boy.
Don't fucking look at me. Stay the fuck away from me. That he had it. So I go, okay.
Is he looking in a mirror at the time? Just self-loathing? I nigh.
Jesus.
Well, whatever.
Anyway. See, but that's... whatever.
Yeah. So he said all that to you.
So he said that, and I go, "Come on, Steve." And he goes, "No, I'm fucking tired of this." I said, "But I've been doing this for a long time, and you know that I've been doing this." And he said, "I've kept my mouth shut, and I'm not gonna."
Not in the morning.
Not
with all that.
And he's not gonna.
I nigh. Sorry. Continue, E-Rock.
And he's not going to stand for this anymore. So I said, okay.
Wait, can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
And this is the point I was making to E-Rock during the commercials. Steve's saying that to E-Rock, who ate the biggest shit sandwich of the week with that virus bit.
Oh.
So he had no problem when you were under the bus, right? Well, taking a lot of shit from a lot of people.
Well, he said he felt bad, but, that's where it's at.
But it wasn't him. Once it's him, then that's when the problem occurs.
He doesn't like to be goofed on whatsoever.
He said he felt bad. He understood why I was upset, but, what else was he going to do?
Right, okay.
So...
I didn't, quite frankly. But I really didn't understand why you were upset. It was a funny bit.
Yeah, we like it.
It's it's funny.
We do like the virus bit.
So Steve's really upset, so I go, okay, he just get the fuck away from me. So I walk out of the office, and I walk into the second office where Sam is sitting.
And you were still near him.
Yeah. Well...
I nigh.
Maybe he's just super sensitive because that probe crashed into him earlier this morning.
I nigh.
Did they find water or what?
I found French fry oil.
Oh, man. What are you doing?
I nigh.
Jeez, Ed, come on.
Come on. Okay. Sorry.
Where's Ozo when you need him? Come on.
Come on.
So he says, get the fuck away from me. So I leave the office and head into Sam's office, which Steve then follows me into Sam's office. And I sit down, and he continues going after me, screaming at me, saying, fuck me, all the favors that he's done, and don't expect me to help you out with all this other shit anymore. I'm tired of this stuff. You better pick a side.
I know.
And I'm
Pick a side?
Steve, I'm trying to tell him this wasn't as bad as he's making this. Because out of everybody, I pick on him the least, and what I do to him is hardly really really bad considering what he gets on a daily basis.
What side,
right?
though? Wait a minute. Wait. There's fucking sides being chosen? What did he mean? Well, maybe he meant Eastern and Western Hemisphere. What side?
Well, he feels...
Are there teams here?
Oh, come on. We all know there's teams, Sam. Let's
no. I know that. I just want someone to say it.
We all secretly acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But somehow it works. Split right down the middle, too.
The Jets and the Sharks.
Right. That's the beauty of this show. It's pretty much split right down the middle.
But what about Steve?
That's the problem. He's not on one of the sides.
He's his own side?
There's a Team Anthony, there's a Team Opie, but then everyone gets along, but Steve doesn't feel like he's part of a team.
So it's like the whole show's on one side of a seesaw, he's on the other, and it's level? I know.
And that's just based on we just get along with members of the staff better than others. I don't hate anyone on the staff, to be honest with you.
Geographically, certain things work out better.
I don't hate anyone.
Perhaps if Sam lived a little closer to me, he'd be my little twink friend.
Yay!
Yeah, instead of Opie's flunky. And if, Danny didn't live in Queens and hop, skip, and a jump to my house, perhaps we wouldn't black out drunk together on the weekend.
There is free beer, so I'd probably make the trip.
How many for these teams? How many guys work here?
I know.
I only know like three.
I don't think that's even what Steve's talking about. Like, what is Steve referencing?
Wait, Sam's on it. Let's go.
Steve thinks there's
Sam makes me think he's a smarmy little douche.
He really is. He put his head down like I'm sorry to have to say this, but
they're
meanwhile,
asking.
he's happy as a pig in shit to mix
He's
this
chomping
up.
at the bit. He can't wait to get on
Mix
mic.
it up, you little prick.
You guys are confused. You're describing the Opie team and Anthony teams. Those are the on-air teams, not the behind-the-scenes teams.
Now there's a behind-the-scenes team, which is...
Well, I mean, there's a documented rift between Steve and Danny. So I would.
Well, we know that.
I would assume that it would be Team Steve and Team Danny.
Yeah.
Back there. So I think that was the team.
Is there members of Team Steve though? Behind the scenes?
Holy shit! Is anyone on Team Steve?
I think Steve felt that Eric was a member of Team Steve, and when Eric did what he did on the air, Steve felt he was maybe leaning over towards Team Danny. Although, since Eric also hates Danny, I doubt he's on that team too.
So how did that happen?
I don't think they hate each other that much.
Steve seems very nice to me. What does he do to have this going?
He doesn't want to be part of the fun.
Maybe I don't have to deal with it. Like, because I just come here to talk shit, but...
So he followed you and started yelling and screaming? Sam, you saw this?
Yeah.
And you're saying Steve was...
Look at Sam.
And you're saying Steve was way out of line?
Steve's a party pooper?
There was other people that witnessed this, too, out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm saying Steve was a bit over the top. He kept yelling at Eric and said that...
I
Can Steve fire anybody?
No.
Is he somebody's boss?
No. To be completely honest with you, if there's a lot of honesty today, he can't fire shit.
Oh, jeez.
You can't.
Steve's a
I thought Steve
figurehead.
can fire people.
Steve's a figurehead.
He's my superior.
What?
Definitely, yeah.
Shut up.
He is.
He can't fire
Steve can
anyone.
fire you?
I mean...
I know he can suspend you.
Okay, Danny.
I know. He can write reports on people.
No, people have...
To get to who?
Patrice.
To get to the next level boss up.
No, it ain't happening. Here's the deal with this place. A lot of people have, like, fake titles, but in the end, Ant and I run the entire company.
Yeah, we run the whole company,
For real.
actually.
For real.
Yeah.
No one's getting fired without our say.
Don't make me
Steve
go
can't
upstairs.
fire anyone.
No.
I mean, Opie's the main boss, so...
He could suggest, hey, what about
Opie and
Anthony?
Anthony. I mean,
that was because of a Team Opie
I know,
thing.
because he's
All right,
Team
yeah.
Opie.
He just happened to be the one
Danny
who
would
was
say
speaking.
you're the boss. So it works out, man.
Opie was just the one speaking at the time.
I hear you.
If you had said that, I would have said Anthony's the main boss.
So there's no worry. And is this why Steve is not here right now?
I don't know why he hasn't.
No, but while Steve was yelling at Eric,
he could suggest. I'll be fair. He could suggest a firing, but in the end, it's up to Ant and I who gets fired.
But if that's the case, everybody can suggest a firing.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. And then there's other bosses that are higher.
The janitor could suggest a fire.
Then there's other bosses that are higher than Steve that think they have power. It's the whole joke.
He's the eunuch
really
producer. He's like a eunuch.
I know.
Steve said he preferred to keep his head down and remain off the air.
Head down into the plate of fucking French fries.
Oh my God! This is brutal.
Why is it brutal?
It's so brutal,
This is what happens
man.
in every fucking workplace.
I guess you're right. You're just talking about it.
Steve prefers to do what his job is, you know, booking guests and making the proper phone calls and emails, but remain off the air.
Why do you say that with a smile, Sam?
I'm happy to be here. I'm at the Opie and Anthony show. You know, it's a good day for me every day.
So Steve will not be joining us on the air for this discussion?
Frankly,
that would drive
highly
Jimmy
doubt
nuts.
it.
You know, the person that would be pissed off by that the most would be Jimmy.
Norton
Jimmy
would
gets
be
fucking
losing his
furious.
You tell him to get his fucking ass down here. It's for the fucking show. It's for the show, the fucking asshole.
That's what Jimmy would be saying. He'd be very angry.
But that's Steve's prerogative. You know.
What a little...
I'm hurt for Steve because I know that Steve has to think that he's higher than these guys.
Yeah.
You would have to feel like he thinks he can more than suggest things.
No.
If Steve tells me what to do, I always do it. He is superior.
See, if something happens off the air, if there's an argument or some discussion off the air that is, you know, kind of nasty, then he could file a little report about the person.
And who gets it? You?
No, we wouldn't see. What are you, I'm going to look at a fucking report?
And
no, we'd get knocked upstairs.
Someone's asking about Roland because we said that no one gets fired without our approval. Roland didn't work for...
No, he didn't work for
He worked
the
for
show.
another company that
he subcontracted.
kind of strong-armed the company CBS to not continue with Roland.
He was
They
a
wanted way too much
subcontractor.
money. And we're trying to get Roland hired here.
But yeah,
kind of a different situation, to be honest with you.
No, there have just been things.
Oh, that's so funny.
Steve said Eric was kicking him in the dick.
Oh, yeah.
You're kicking me in the dick.
He's like, how many times are you going to keep kicking me in the dick?
Wow.
Because of his breakfast?
Apparently, yeah.
You know what show he works for?
No.
This is easy
That's a
stuff.
hilarious breakfast, though.
That
This
really
is
is.
easy
stuff.
It's a funny-ass breakfast.
Something's going on deeper than this because this breakfast,
That's
there's
easy.
French fry. This is breakfast.
Dude, when you order a watermelon, what's the
Chicken?
first thing we do? We make fun of you. Look at the
Who can get? Here's the thing. Here's the funny part. Who can get chicken, French fries, and eggs
Yeah, in
at
the morning.
breakfast time?
That's very
And
resourceful.
it's a hilarious breakfast with blue cheese.
It's a weird breakfast. It doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't make any sense, that breakfast.
Why is he so ashamed of this
Oh, he
breakfast?
brings it from home. Oh, he brings it from home.
Yeah, it's deeper than that. Patrice is absolutely right because we all get smashed on this show.
He shouldn't be so hurt about this.
It's deeper.
This is some type of posthumous breakfast that he dedicates to somebody
Look at that breakfast.
that's not around anymore.
Look at that fucking breakfast.
What
Two
is-
giant cheeseburgers.
Look at the angry bite marks.
Look at how those bite marks are like velociraptors.
angry.
Like a velociraptor got it.
Why wouldn't? First of all, I wouldn't. Every morning, here's the genius of Eric right now. Every morning, I would look at that and go, "What the fuck?
But
Who are you, man versus food, niggas?"
I think food's winning.
For the record, Patrice, a big guy, is laughing at all the fat jokes, okay? Because that's all it is.
Why is he upset about this? He's eating 2 hamburgers for breakfast.
There's a lot of
And we're not supposed to
animosity.
comment about that.
I believe he feels he is shat upon more than other people.
Steve is not even close.
The only shitting, I would say.
Not even close. I'll tell you right now.
As a fan of the show.
E-Rock gets shit on twice as much, and that's why it's so weird that Steve goes after E-Rock. Understand what E-Rock takes on a daily basis from this radio show.
As a person who's a fan, and as a person who comes through, I'm not here all the time.
Yeah.
But from what I
Thank God.
from what I understand,
I'd be a silent partner by Tuesday.
Eric gets fucked with a lot.
Yes.
Sam gets fucked with none. Barely none.
Well, because he postured
Danny
himself.
barely gets fucked with. Danny doesn't get fucked with. And Travis.
Travis gets fucked with because he's a little bitch.
It's not
he's
true.
a skinny little girl
But I'm
bitch.
saying
He's a homosexual that married a girl just to prove that he wasn't homo, but he is, and his child isn't his.
Why do you keep kicking me in the dick?
I think the only thing Steve has is the gay voice thing. Is his only.
Yes.
Now he has.
Now he's got breakfast.
Now he has food.
Now he's got breakfast. Sam doesn't get fucked with that much because he's a smarmy motherfucker who could turn it right around. Danny doesn't get fucked with as much on the air because he just turns around and goes, "Go fuck yourself," and like it's the end of story. Like, hey, fuck you. And it's over.
You know what? That's not you're simplifying it. Everyone gets fucked with. They really do.
But my point is Steve does not get a whole lot of nothing except for the Steve voice.
Right. Yes.
That's it.
That's funny.
Gay.
But now he has the gay voice. Now he's the gay voice who eats 2 cheeseburgers.
Giant fucking bites out of cheeseburgers.
And here's how big they are. They don't fit in the thing.
No,
so
they don't.
he ate them for him to fit in the thing.
He had to take 3 gigantic bites so it fits in the fucking plastic container. Because 2 won't fit. 1.5 fit.
Travis.
How can he be so fucking upset about this? I want to know. Can you get him?
When he bought these, did he tell the guy he'll gladly pay him Tuesday for those today? I know.
Where's Steve, man? Can we talk to Steve, please? I don't make fun of this. I just want to know what's going on. Why the fuck is he so upset about this?
Let's get Steve in here and
There's a deeper
settle
thing.
this.
He can't be upset about this. It's a giant... It's a half-eaten giant burger and a full giant burger.
Steve, come on down here and explain.
It was an omelet, French fries, and a chicken salad.
Yeah.
For breakfast.
Yeah. We got to, it's got to be discussed. Why wouldn't we discuss that?
That he brings from home. He made 2 big sandwiches? Did he make these at the house? That he bought for breakfast?
Cooking up cheeseburgers at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Putting them in Tubbywear.
And trust me, this is not.
I don't like food that much.
This is not a diet
to cook at 4 in the morning.
No.
These are. If there were 2 hamburgers with no bun, I would say okay, he's doing some Atkins. But
I don't know.
I don't see.
The French fries fucked it up.
So E-Rock, how did it end?
Well, that was sort of the end of the first fight. He left the second office and went into back into our office and just wasn't talking at all. Then during one of the commercial breaks, I'm down here and I'm talking with Sam about doing something for the weekend, and he goes, "Come here," and he pulls me away from everybody down the hallway, and I was pretty much told to shut up and listen while he just unloaded on me.
Wow.
Stating that
pointing and waving,
that little crazy psycho dead stare right through you, kind of thing, just pointing.
I know.
Just,
oh man.
Yes, I'm very familiar with this talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the point where he's sweating as he's talking because he's really intense.
Now he's coming.
And this was a different Steve than I've seen on a daily basis.
Oh wow!
So I'm like, okay, and I sat there.
Play the Darth Vader march music right here. Look at this.
Darth Vader.
This motherfucker. Dun 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 dun. Oh shit!
Here's just so we're all abundantly clear what I said to Eric. It was, I got my finger right in his face, looked at him as if he was a piece of fucking hamburger that had just been ripped through. And, I said, I'm a good guy, and I will continue to be a good guy to you until you fuck with me one too many times. And then I will, yeah, exactly. And then I will direct all of that good guy energy to fucking with you.
And then you will
nonstop.
Suggest that something happens to him.
No, I'll just start doing it.
No,
I am a vindictive motherfucker when I get screwed with.
But okay, now 2 things. One, that's interesting. because I've been finding out the politics. I mean, you'll get along.
Yeah,
I like Steve, man. I would never have a problem with him. But they say you only have the power of suggestion.
Yeah, basically. Basically,
basically, you're a magician in here when it comes to them. So basically, what could you do to really fuck with them if you have nothing more than suggestion?
It's not so much fucking with them like within here. You can't really do anything. You're completely castrated in here. Nobody has any power.
Okay.
Nobody has any power. But I'm the first person a lot of times that people come to and, hey, can you get me into this event? Hey, can you give me tickets to this event?
Okay.
Who does that? And
you're like fucking Morgan Freeman from Shawshank. You get things, and now you're
the first person on the phone with publicists and.
I'll get you a rock hammer.
And ticket brokers and people that need free shit. I'm happy to do it. All of a sudden, let's fuck with him a little bit. The guy that gets the free shit, let's go fuck with him a little bit.
But wait
really?
a minute. Steve, I haven't asked you for tickets to
this week.
No. When did I ask you for tickets to an event?
I don't, dude. It's not.
No,
so
you
much,
brought it up. Bring it. Tell me when I asked you.
It's not tickets.
Yeah, I've never asked for anything.
What do I ask you for? I know one thing, and it wasn't even for me.
What? Stargate fucking box sets?
No, that came from the publicist.
Now, do you hear the stuttering in Eric's voice a little bit right now? You just stuttered a little bit, dude.
It's taking advantage. It's taking advantage of someone's good nature who is happy to fucking do stuff for you until, bing, there's a little needle.
Dude, I never do anything to you. That's the one thing that I've been doing for the longest time.
And I know you've been doing it for the longest time.
And you haven't said one word that this was a problem.
Now, let's get to the real thing.
Yeah, what's the problem with the
Why are
bed?
you upset? First of all, I've seen a picture of your breakfast.
Yeah.
2 giant hamburgers.
You're right. It's usually something I didn't eat the night before.
French fries, an omelet, and a chicken salad sandwich or something.
Yeah, something like that. Honestly.
Why are you upset that is out there?
Because I'm a fucking addict who is able to kick every other fucking thing that he's been addicted to, but he hasn't been able to fucking deal with this one yet. So, for some reason, that one strikes a nerve. Because I got over it once, dropped, a pile of weight, got fucking surgery, and then when I stopped drinking, I jumped over to this addiction.
So this is a little pity party for yourself. You can't.
No, that's not a pity party at all.
I think that helps. That help. The ridiculousness of this will help you in the long run.
No, I'll tell you something. My old man when I was a kid.
It's helping me, nigga.
No, here's something.
You got that giant hamburger.
When I was a kid, man used to tell me to my face, the world does not respect fat people. If you get married, you'll never get a job. No one will ever love you. I ballooned up to 400 pounds by the time I was 23 years old.
And you found that height. So you lost weight.
Actually, no.
400.
You wound up achieving everything except for the people king you.
Right. Thank you.
So Steve, this fat issue.
No.
This is, and I'm not being funny, man. Usually fat dudes.
Jolly.
Because we have the ability to be other than fat. I mean, I know personality-wise, you got to be a little above notch if you're fat. Why? That's like such a... Man, I don't want to say woman, but it's such a how women get depressed about fatness. Dudes get depressed about fat a little bit more dudish.
Different.
Like, you should be able to see that this is funny.
Yes. Intellectually, I see it. Emotionally, I don't.
So you should really...
Yeah, but the problem is E-Rock went through the same shit this week. He didn't like the bit he was involved with.
Eric's a perpetual victim, unfortunately.
But you're being one too right now, though.
No, I don't think so. Not at all.
You're being a victim right now.
How so?
You're being a victim because you told us once upon a time I was a little boy who my father told me this.
You asked what was behind it. I'm telling you what was behind it.
But that behind-itness is... And I'm not saying you're perpetual, but you're victimizing yourself because you're angry emotionally about this. It's not personal. This is internal. He just clicks. It's not his fault that you're having this issue.
No, it's not his fault that he's having this issue. What he's doing is instigating. What he's doing is acting as a catalyst.
Now, did you know that he had this issue with his size the way he does?
No.
Now he does. If he does it again, then
now he does it, and he'll do it twice as much.
now he does, and he'll do it twice as much.
There's been times, too, I've seen some of the horrible shit that he was eating, and I'd say, Steve, with your surgery and everything else, are you supposed to be eating the bread? Are you supposed to be doing this? No, I'm not. I've talked to him about this a few times, and that added with he knew I've been doing this for a while. Now today, everything just fucking hit, and he went off.
You're a victim, E-Rock.
Apparently.
Well, defend yourself.
You want a rape kit? You could swab your ass and
No.
get some DNA.
No,
Victim.
That shit is
his new
hilarious,
character,
Steve.
Victim.
Vic fucking hamburger.
You know what? Again, intellectually, you're right. You're right.
Victim.
I get it.
Now
I
you're
get it.
victim.
He just touched the nerve.
Yes. He
Now
tweaked
you're
the fucking
victim.
nerve. And you know what he do? I used to work on fucking Lansdowne Street. You know what the hardest for bitches? I used to work on Lansdowne Street every fucking night.
In Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every fucking night. Do you know what a joy it is?
Boring. Oh, shit. Wow.
This is something Patrice,
I didn't see your hand move. Oh, God damn. Holy shit. Oh, my God.
That was bad, man.
Why are you reaching for your little machine, man?
No, I want to prove that.
No, really. Steve's opening up.
Steve.
It's about time he opens
Oh,
up.
my
So why don't we
God, man.
Lansdowne Street?
Don't be man.
No, it's boring.
Once upon a time.
It's fun.
Oh, fuck balls. Steve, I swear, call me off air. I want to talk to you, man. Fuck that.
Why is E-Rock hiding his face? Because he's embarrassed that he's a victim?
He's victim.
Victim.
Just got it.
Why are you laughing at that? That hurts E-Rock. But that's what we're getting at. That hurts him personally.
I love Vic.
He doesn't want to be called Victim.
Best name ever. Hey, Vic.
Mr. Dumb.
God damn it.
Table's ready. So Lansdowne Street. Look, I'm not even close to buttons.
You said you worked on Lansdowne Street.
I worked on Lansdowne Street, and it was huge then. So, but when somebody fucks with you when you're working in that place, what can you do?
You punch him in the face.
As hard as you fucking can.
Right.
You can't do that anymore in civilized walking upright person
How
society.
much weight have you gained back since the surgery? Since your smallest?
Since my smallest, about 50 pounds. Probably 40, 50 pounds.
That's not a complete.
No, it's
off.
not. But it's still. It's fucking.
Some coke.
No? Oh, okay.
I'm an addict. I don't do that shit. I can't do that shit.
No?
My sister died of a drug overdose, so I don't do that shit.
Coke in moderation? You ever hear anybody? I do coke in moderation.
One nostril a week.
Yeah, that's it.
Can't do that.
It was a
now
joke.
with
Never suggested
my inherent developed ability, obviously this is years ago, to deal with people on a confrontational level taken away. I'm not as witty as these guys. I'm not, and I'm not as witty as you or Ope or Ant or Jimmy. So I really can't hold my own in here. So,
but you say you're not as witty as Eric?
I'm not talking about Eric. I just pointed at. I'm sorry, Patrice.
It's Vic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was Patrice. I clearly pointed at you, Open Ant, and referenced Jim, who isn't here.
Pitted, so pitted.
So pitted.
This is crazy, man.
So what is it? What
this
is it
fucking
like?
Crazy.
Like, you must understand that is not a good breakfast.
Absolutely.
So why not just not have the French fries?
Most days I throw them out. I bring them here. I don't eat them. I throw them out. And the fact that I'm bringing them here,
his addiction, by the way. I'm afraid.
But I understand too. But it's like falling off the wagon. You gotta like get back on. Now there was a point you're working out. You're fucking.
Right.
You were big guy. Muscles and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then you pack on a few pounds, and then you must realize and go, all right, I got to do something about this.
Now your woman she was a trainer, right?
She is. She's pregnant now, but she's a fitness model and a female bodybuilder.
So as soon as y'all have the baby, you're gonna
she'll
get
be
right back
on
and
stage. Yes.
But you'll be right back doing her. She makes you do your thing, right?
Truthfully, I've asked her to help me get my shit back together because I didn't like the way I looked, but I've been fucking sliding like crazy.
Anthony, Susan Waldman just saw a picture of Steve's breakfast.
Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!
Oh, no! Oh, no!
E-Rock's a victim. That's all
Victim.
Dumb.
I love Victim.
What's up, Vic?
Victor Dumb. Dr. Van Dum. Victor Van Dum. That's terrible, man.
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Dum. No.
E-Rock?
E-Rock, comment? No.
You feel like you're a victim?
Today I do, yes.
Today? Why today? It's not even about you today.
Oh, okay.
Like earlier in the week, yeah.
Only you can fix yourself, Steve. Let's see.
You do realize
fat
that
is like a universe full of bubbles.
Yes. But I'm also completely irrational and crazy.
All right, fair enough.
What was that?
I'm irrational and crazy.
Thank you.
Oh, but I've never debated
Nice
that
clip.
fact. The fact that I walk in here and on multiple occasions have thought about eviscerating somebody with my bare fucking hands.
I see his eyes.
That's real
I've never
healthy.
seen his eyes
Especially
like this.
for a person in a leadership role. It's very healthy.
Go cry in your burger.
Wait a minute,
From
though,
designated
Danny.
wise ass over there.
Hey, I'm just stating the obvious and fact.
No, Danny doesn't like me, so anything anything he
And
says.
pause for the course, Buster.
Can this be? He called him Buster.
Buster? Yeah, Danny's the most disrespectful shitmouth on the entire staff. So
Hold on.
anything that he says has to be
Hold
taken
on
with
there,
several.
Chief.
Yeah,
Buster.
Hold on there, Chief.
Yes.
Let's just. Hey, wait a second, champ.
Allie.
Can this thing
just used
ever
the word
be fixed?
Buster?
You know what? I extended an olive branch a few weeks ago, and Danny
was
subsequently wiped his ass with it.
What was that? What
I
olive
offered
branch?
to speak. I wrote you a polite email and said, you know what? It's been a while since we spoke. I think you and I should really have a conversation.
I don't talk to people who almost punch me in the face
Dude,
and try
you
to
are
get me
lucky
fired.
I never connected and knocked your fucking
No,
teeth
you're
out.
lucky.
No, I'm not.
lucky.
Dude, I would. The reason your attitude is so shitty, I think, is because you've never had your ass properly fucking handed to you.
Yeah, because that's how you solve problems with people that you have
Yes.
disagreements with. Is that
Absolutely.
You just fling hard meat into their faces.
Yes.
That's not the way things work.
No, or you take
That's
their
not the way
face and
things work.
smash them as hard as you can against the fucking wall.
Steve, that's
until
a
they lose
very
consciousness.
unhealthy. It's an unhealthy attitude to have about disputes and disagreements.
Oh, it fixes them real quick, though. It fixes them right fucking quick.
No, Steve, it doesn't fix anything.
Because one person is unresponsive and in a fucking coma.
And then you're out of a
You're
job.
out of a job, you go to jail, and I
No.
sue your balls off.
Sue
So
me
who
for
wins?
what?
So
I'm
who
fucking
wins?
broke. Sue me
Right.
for
Show
what?
you.
Enjoy.
So who wins?
Oh,
So then who really wins? So
Me.
keep settling all your disputes and arguments with your big meat fists and see where that gets you.
You know what, though, but Danny,
You're gonna be okay.
this is unfair, dude. You're both playing this. This is wrong for you.
Bud, what's your problem?
It's wrong for how you doing it.
I hate this place.
And it's wrong for how he's threatening you, but it's wrong how you're doing him.
A Negro.
With a guy that just said he's just not going to be a witty guy with you.
A Negro.
Y'all should just stop, man.
That's fine. Look, I know Steve for a very long time at this point.
There's no way to
And I
fucking
think-
be friends
and
again.
to be honest, no, I don't think so because there was a point in time where Steve really, I feel that he really fucked me really bad, and I was really pissed off. And
was that?
ever since
Do
that
you
day,
feel like you fucked him bad?
No, I didn't.
So then
that was
it's
the
never
day
gonna-
I took him and just threw him in the fucking garbage because I was like, you know what, if that's the way you're going to be, bro, then I don't
Because
really
he
need to talk
accepts
to you.
absolutely no responsibility for his actions. So when I had to answer for him,
That's what we need. Big fight.
Well, Buckaroo.
yeah.
Wait, what happened, though?
Buster.
Oh, I made some comments about his website, and he didn't
No,
like it. So
that's not.
That is
that's
exactly
not
what
it
happened.
at all. That is not it at all.
All right, well,
Not
prove
at all.
I always wondered what the big issue was.
we'll prove it any other way.
I honestly don't remember, but there was something that I can't fucking talk about, unfortunately, because it's a matter of corporate bullshit. But it had nothing to do with a comment you made about the website. It was something that I was questioned about regarding your behavior, and I had to answer for. It got you in trouble. You thought I did it fucking deliberately.
You did, because it was like a day later, Steve.
It's nothing worse than not being able to sock a guy who's like fucking
And I'll tell you
saying, I'll fucking sue you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll fucking sue you. Do you know what fucking enrage
nothing
that
worse.
elicits?
It's nothing worse than a guy that goes, "You're a fucking nothing because you want to hit me. You're a Neanderthal, fat man. Now eat your burgers." And he just wants to toss this nigga through a wall. and he fucking can't. How you feel, Buster?
Look, not for nothing, but you know,
That's just so fucking annoying.
Razzle dazzle.
I did a lot of stuff for Steve before this internship ever materialized. It was all pro bono stuff. I worked for his website, did some writing and stuff for him, you know, and that was very nice. And so I felt to be treated in this respect back, I felt was really fucked up, and it was just a smack in the face because he got his feelings hurt personally.
No,
So
that wasn't it.
It is it, Steve.
That isn't
Jesus,
it.
this has been
Oh my
years,
God, you're
hasn't
so
it?
wrong.
Yeah.
How could you fucking? This is amazing.
Sam just goes, oh, yeah. Like, he puts a sad face on Sam, like, oh, this is, I can't even be in the same room as, oh, this is so upsetting to me.
Sam has a boner that he's holding his, with his
Sam's like one
pants
of those
waist.
Star Trek monsters that gets strength from this. like people fighting, he gets actual strength.
Somewhere in the sewer system of New York City, there's orange goo that's bubbling.
Sam is such a piece of
Sam
shit.
is a
fucking piece of shit.
I will accept that criticism. I will accept that.
How does Vic Dumb feel about it?
He enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I heard him laugh.
That was funny.
I didn't think it would get it to be the Steve Danny thing, though, again, because that's always getting brought up. It always is. You two have a very volatile work relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, one wants to sock the other, and the other one goes, "Please do."
Yeah,
and you're
please do, so
fucking
I
out
can
of here.
sue you into even further bankruptcy.
Steve's
Well, I got
really
news for you, buddy. If you did, that's what I do.
Well, good luck.
How professional is it for a guy who's the executive producer of the show to raise a fist to someone else? How fucking professional is that?
At the time, it felt like the best thing in the world.
But is it professional, Steve?
I don't get this whole fucking room isn't professional. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the least professional environment you could possibly work in.
So then you're saying that it's...
I bet you Danny, Danny would go,
it's like arguing
if he hit him, if Steve hit Danny, Danny would go, "Oh, you did it now, pal. Now you done it, pal."
Dude, I've got pissed off around this place before, and never once have I thought that a rational reaction would be to raise my fist to somebody. I've never once thought that was going to be the proper road to go down in any dispute or disagreement that has ever happened in this building or in the XM building. Ever.
When's the last time you had a really nasty fist fight and got your face kicked the fuck into a curb? Seriously. Did it ever happen?
Dude, that is not the end-all and be-all of everything.
You're not answering the question.
Fists do not solve problems, Steven. They don't.
do.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they really do. And the fact that you can't answer that question means you probably never have.
Between Quentin Jackson and
I need a good
Chuck
ass
Liddell
whipping, and that'll whip me right into shape.
Yeah, he'd be better off if he got
instill
punched
a
in the
sense
face.
of humility that you've never fucking had. I have been hit so fucking hard that I couldn't see straight.
I don't care.
Good. Well, good. Good. You know what? That says a monumental amount. You're indifferent and you're a fucking wise ass.
No, your world is completely different than mine. My world doesn't revolve around physicalities, and yours does.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Yes, it does. That's your whole argument.
You have a massive problem with authority. You hate people who fucking even remotely exemplify a father figure. You fucking hate them.
Wow, no, that's dude. Now you're bringing your own things out
No,
to the
I'm
open.
not. Look, every fucking reaction to an authoritative decision, this guy fucking
Get my
acts like
dad
he
on
just
the phone.
pissed in his cornflakes.
Get my dad on the phone. We'll talk about how much I hate my daddy and how I have daddy issues.
Everybody in this fucking room has daddy issues.
You have daddy issues? You want to come over, Danny? I love that.
I don't have a daddy issue. My dad's dead, and I fucking loved him the whole time. What the fuck are you talking about?
One exception.
I have mommy issues.
Okay.
Mommy great.
Steve. Oh, Travis is here. Holy shit.
Whoa, Travis left the other room.
I'm in here now. Wait. I gotta be on Steve's side. This is Attack of the Nerds. and Steve is ogre. And he can't. What Steve does is take nerds and throws them through a window.
Steve is ogre. That's right.
And steps on his fucking Terminator doll that he built. Travis just tagged in. No, he did. This is fucking.
Who's at your station right now, Travis?
Yeah, people. A million people were.
I can't let this happen because this is about to be. It's Lilliput. It's like
Lilliput.
He's Gulliver. It's Gulliver. It's like they on him with the I'm gonna fucking poke you shit.
What?
And he can't do shit to him.
What does Travis have on this whole thing?
I just want to know what he's got on him.
I completely disagree with Steve. I completely agree with Danny, and I'm tired of when Steve comes in here and he just dismisses Danny's opinion as Danny hates me. Well, here I am, and I think that if you punch me in the face, nothing would change. You would be out of a job, and I would still be here.
You'd be in a coma.
More civil suits.
Yeah, exactly.
Punching me in the face or punching Danny in the face is not going to solve anything.
like
You would be
Terry
out of a
Schreiber.
job.
Silence is one of the
You know what?
parties.
You would be out of a job,
But he doesn't.
this is the most ridiculous
he's
argument I've
not
ever
gonna
been part of.
ever. He's not gonna ever punch you. He doesn't think about punching you. It's that the way he is.
No, he thinks of punching
punching
him.
is flying,
No,
but
he
he'll
does.
never
Travis,
do it.
And that's not healthy for a boss to do. That's not healthy.
Travis would be at a station going,
Oh, you fuckers.
That's not healthy. I completely agree that by an executive producer saying I'm irrational and crazy and I'll threaten to punch you in the face, that's not healthy. That's not what
no one
a
wants
boss
to work
should
under
do.
those circumstances.
How's anyone going to respect that?
Why do you look and feel like Richard Dreyfuss right now? You sound like Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws. You're not gonna until something comes up and bites you in the ass. You got it. No wait. You got any better suggestions?
Is this the black girl body slam incident, by the way?
what?
Wow, just shut down the show.
Holy
no,
wow.
the legal thing.
What?
No.
All right.
No.
Does anybody?
Sorry.
Before that.
Leave Steve alone.
Which one was it?
Why don't y'all apologize? What the
Ralphie
fuck?
May finger in the butthole?
Whoa.
No fucking way, no
So
fucking
Danny,
way, no fucking way, no
nothing can
fucking way,
happen.
no fucking way.
Nothing happened. What?
Nothing can happen to make this stop. Nothing.
I don't think so.
Oh no.
If
I
he
think
said,
that ship has
I'm
sailed.
very sorry for that. Nothing.
No, I mean, we work together. We have to work together. But aside from that,
I'm saying not to just be
no,
like cool.
dude, this is.
It seems like dudes just don't
It's
stay mad at each other when one goes, "I'm sorry."
This is very surface.
No, this is deeper than that. This has been going on for a while.
It's a weird thing to be around somebody like that.
Years, actually.
I couldn't work. I'd be like, damn, how could you come? How if I came in, if I found out like you go, if I go, you just go, I hate Patrice.
Yeah.
I come in and I go, this motherfucker hates me. Like, I'm gonna remove myself from this situation.
Yeah.
Like,
Steve, how are you gonna
how
deal
can
with?
you be funny and fun with somebody that you?
I know.
Steve, how are you gonna
How
deal with
could you
your own
do that?
child? Are you gonna beat him up if he
No, of
if he
course
doesn't
not.
listen?
Oh,
well, then
my
why?
God. Holy
But I mean, it's a fair point.
But yeah, it's a fair point because by your
child abuse.
by your argument, you're saying, well, you know, you don't listen, so my reaction to that is I'll punch
so
you.
if you have it in you to like work it out a different way with your own child when your child is born, why not with the answer? Why not with the answer?
Absolutely
Fellow employees.
different case entirely. I learned a whole. I was.
Why
taught,
can't you bring some of those skills to the workplace then? And not
I bring a lot of. I actually, you know,
and work
look,
on the fact that physical violence isn't going to get
physical violence
these guys
is the
working any
final
harder.
5% of any confrontation resolution. Okay, you try to resolve it every other way before it would ever get to that point, obviously. But the fact that
you're getting close to punch isn't working.
He's at 94.
No, it's just you realize that some battles aren't
and
worth
with
fighting.
everybody piling on, he's getting close to coming in with 3 cheeseburgers. He's gonna sit down. And he's gonna fucking just light this studio up with some fucking 511s. You know what I'm saying? If he's starting to feel a little bit piled on, because here it comes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you really got to fix this.
So the way Patrice is seeing it, it's everyone else's fault except.
And it's a bunch of I'm on both sides because I've learned that way, but it's really difficult when you're physically a big dude. And dudes approach you with fuck the fact that everybody can't fight or whatever, but dudes understand dudes. You can't just be a dude and not accept the motherfucker's apology if he apologizes. Now, I'm not saying that he did, but fuck that. If I go, man, I'm sorry, you have to go, man. You got to somehow embrace that. 2, the idea of not fighting. It's just dudes. We think about that. That's how we roll. We might fight, and for other dudes to go, "I'll sue you, motherfucker." It just ain't cool as dudes. This is non-dude shit. To Eric and everybody, and Sam's out of it because Sam's just that kind of witty, I guess. But the motherfucker, I understand what he's saying. I understand what they're saying, but this ain't dude shit. That's the thing, man. You can't be friends or around each other talking about, I'm going to sue you there. That's bitches, man.
He's not my friend.
But you are, though, because you're hurt.
Coworker.
I was hurt 2 years ago. I don't give a shit anymore.
But see, you do because you're not over it. That's what I mean.
Completely over it.
You're not over it because you won't embrace.
No, because it's like
being
this.
friends again.
That was one thing 2 years ago. There's a million things every day. There's a million
Fair
things
enough.
every day.
It's
All
like
right, fair enough, man.
It's like people that aren't
That's fair.
friends but have to work together, not liking each other. Then you don't.
So how do they work
you're
together?
not
What's the
bros.
example of you working together?
Working together. Steve and Danny.
Sam runs to the mic. Old instigator Sam.
You have to understand. There's two. You see, we have two offices here. Danny's in one office. Steve's in the other office. They don't mix. There's no talking. There's no
So what's
communication.
the work? When do they connect as workers?
They don't.
You're watching it.
I mean,
This is
even
it
right
even
now.
the paperwork. Like when does it is it 3 degrees of separation from them where these two have to collaborate to make
There's
this
never
show
a
go
time
on?
where paperwork transmits from his office to our office. Like everything is very
So you don't work
self-contained. No, we
together.
do not work
You're
together.
just dudes that exist in the
Sometimes-
same space.
He'll tell me that like the guest has arrived and that's that.
We'll have a staff meeting once a week with all the staff and the bosses. Steve will say what he's been doing. That's news to Danny because they don't communicate whatsoever. Which might be better.
It's not so much that
So they
there's no
don't
communication.
work. So they're not co-workers. They just both get paid by Sirius XM and go home.
Yeah,
Steve will go through me to tell Danny something.
it's like a sitcom.
And then he'll
But
tell,
not
but then he'll
anymore
tell,
because
me
we
that
found
we
out
don't
you're
communicate.
suing
Right.
too.
No, and then I'll come up.
I'll
Then I'll
have
come up
to
and
ask
use it.
Travis, like when I need to get Danny's attention.
Let me
like,
ask you a question, Steve.